What is going on, everyone? This is Miles Dompier, and welcome to the very first episode of Tier Throwdown, the show where me, a guest, and you, the community, hash out the definitive rankings of gaming entertainment. Joining me for the very first episode is my good pal, Rand al Thor 19, the man with a million, or more recently, the man with 90,000 subscribers on youtube.com/RandAlThor 19. How you doing, brother?
What is going on, Miles? It's always good to be with you talking about Xbox, whether it's Chatterdays or whether it's Throwdown. I'm just really glad we're not here to rank all the Pokemon games, because this would be a short show, because those would all be in the F tier.
You just slam
Like
them
every
instantly
single one
on
of
the F. It would be
every single tier. Like every single Pokemon ever released, F tier, end the show, it's over.
It would be like a 15-hour episode, because it would be me fighting you every single Pokemon and trying to explain to you why this Pokemon is S tier for 15 hours. So I didn't want to, make you endure that. I didn't want to make the chat endure that. And I know your channel is Xbox centric, and I wanted to kick off the first episode of this show with an Xbox centric showcase. So what we're going to be doing today, for the people joining us live or watching after the fact, is we are going to be ranking every single original Xbox exclusive. And I know the meme right now is Xbox has no games or Xbox has no exclusives. Well, let me tell you, on original Xbox, they had some exclusives. This list is massive.
Let me tell you, they used to have games.
Hey now, we're optimism for the future, right? We can talk about Xbox's shortcomings and maybe in another video. Maybe on Xbox Chatterdays, we'll dive into that. But today, I want to focus a little bit on the past and talk about original Xbox exclusives. So the format for this show, how it's going to work, how you, as the live audience members, are going to interact. Here is the breakdown. We are going to go alphabetically through all of the Xbox exclusives I could find. I think it's roughly 100 games, if I counted right. So quite a few. We're going to pop it on the screen. You and I, we have to settle on one rank. If we are polar opposites, I'm S, you're F. We either have to meet in the middle, or we have to convince the other person that they are wrong to solidify that ranking. The audience, I'm going to open it up to you. If you have a formal dispute, if we have ranked a game and you firmly, confidently disagree and want to file a formal dispute, I'm going to drop a link in the chat for the folks watching. And if you're listening, you can go to streamlabs.com/milesdompierre/tip to drop your formal dispute. That will pop up on the screen for everyone. That is your chance to let the chat know where you stand and try to sway Rand and I as we solidify these rankings here. As we go through, there are some deep cuts. There are some really, really deep cuts. If both of us have not seen or played this game, we are going to rank it based on roughly 10 seconds of footage that I pull up on YouTube with you to watch. Because when I was going through this list, I found some games I had legitimately never heard of. And I thought I was pretty well versed in the world of Xbox. So, one other qualifier for this. If one of us has played the game and the other hasn't, they automatically get the say in the ranking. So,
yep. Okay. So if I played Phantom Dust and you haven't, I can put it in the F tier?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. That would be
And
great.
You can't complain, and you can't say anything, and we can't go back and forth. All right.
But luckily for all of us, I have played a fair share of Phantom Dust. So we don't, we don't have to worry about it.
Boo.
Rand.
Phantom Dust is going to go on the bottom tier.
Wow. Okay. Any questions, Rand? And any questions from the chat before we dive straight into this? Because we have a lot of games to talk about.
Yeah. How long do we have to discuss each game? Like, I have a feeling this has got to be like short and sweet, because, like you said, we don't want to be here for 3 hours going over all these games, right?
So yeah, there's no hard cap. I imagine some games will be super fast, and then a few, maybe a handful, will have a worthwhile debate. But no hard cap. We'll try to move through this relatively quickly, but feel free to rant where you want to. But again, I will respect your time. I will respect everyone's time here, and we will try to keep it moving and a shaking, baby. So without further ado, for the people who are watching, hit that like button, share this out. Let's get this party rocking, and let's dive into Tier Throwdown Episode 1, baby. Rand, let's start with our first game. You ready for this?
Well, Jared Bishop says, for clarification, this is only games that launched on the OG Xbox. The answer to that is no. These are games that were on the OG Xbox, the 360, and the Xbox One, right? This is all the exclusives.
This is OG. This is OG.
Just only OG?
Just because, like I said, there's 100 games just on OG Xbox.
Oh my lord!
So if we did every single Xbox exclusive all in one episode, we would be here for about 5 hours. So for the sake of everyone's time, episode 1, OG, and we'll do future episodes on Xbox 360, Xbox One, Xbox Series.
You should have had me on for the 360 then. That was my system, Miles.
True.
That was my system.
Baby, all right. Well, let's go, Rand. Let's do it. Number 1, Advent Rising. Do you know? Have you heard of this game? Have you played this game?
I played it because they offered that $1 million thing where someone was going to win $1 million. So I have played it. I would put it in. Feel a little generous. I'd put it in the seed category.
Okay, I'm with you. I remember playing this game for the same reason that you did. There was a contest where I forget it's if you beat the game or if you were the first person to get some high score. There was a contest to win $1 million. That's mostly what I remember about this game. I rented it from my local Hollywood Video, and I played it for a couple days. And I don't remember a thing about the story, about the gameplay. I think it was a third-person shooter, third-person action game. Because I'm not offended by it, I agree. I'm gonna throw this in a C with you. We have secured our first C tier, Advent Rising. What a weird time for marketing.
What a weird time indeed.
Imagine if Halo Infinite...
Majesco
had some slappers, dude. Next up, Amped Freestyle Snowboarding. You a big snowboarding guy?
I'm not a big snowboarder guy, so I didn't play this. So I would have to default to you, Miles.
Amped. Classic. Again, I was more of a Tony Hawk guy. Wasn't a huge snowboarder. Grew up somewhere where there wasn't a lot of snow. But that being said, Amped and SSX Tricky played a lot of those growing up. Amped is solid. No complaints there. I'm going to go ahead and slap Amped in the... I'm going to give it a B. It didn't rock my socks. It wasn't Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, but it was pretty good. Amped. Next up. This is a weird one. Armed and Dangerous. Did you play this? It was like a kind of chaotic shooter on the original Xbox.
Oh no, Armed and Dangerous, I have not played.
I have played it.
Oh, look at you.
I know, but I don't feel strongly about this. This is one of those kind of cult classics on the original Xbox. Played it. I rented it several different times. Never beat it. I'm throwing it in D. I'm throwing it a solid D. I don't think I like this. I don't think it's a very great game. Definitely not a memorable original Xbox exclusive. So, Armed and Dangerous. Hitting the D.
How many games are there?
Like I said, there's almost 100, baby.
100? Oh, man.
I was not exaggerating when I said almost 100 games on here. Arx Fatalis. Did you ever play this?
Play it. Nope.
Neither did I. So this is going to be our first. Go to YouTube and watch 10 seconds of Arx Fatalis gameplay and see what the hell this is. Arx Fatalis Xbox gameplay.
I think it's a RPG, I want to say, maybe. Yeah, I recognize the box art. Created a world of darkness like no other. Rated M for mature.
So, if you're watching live, I'm pulling up some gameplay. It's a first-person RPG, kind of a dungeon crawler. Maybe for fans of Elder Scrolls. How you feeling, Rand? How you feeling about what 10 seconds worth of Arx Fatalis?
Not feeling it, Miles. Not feeling it. How about you?
It doesn't look as good as Morrowind, so I'm gonna say D. I'm gonna say D for that one.
Hit us up with that D tier. Good Doctor says it's Arcane.
Oh, this was an early Arcane project.
Oops. I guess so. I didn't play any arcade games until the 360. I mean, it makes me kind of want to be like, all right, well, maybe it's better than D because it's Arcane, but just watching this footage, Yeah, that's a no from me, dog.
that's a no from me, dog. Arx Fatalis, Arcane, apologies here. Like I said, the terms of the show, we only get 10 seconds. That's it. Now, here's one that's near and dear to my heart. Azaric, Rise of Parathia. Did you play this? I believe it was an Xbox.
You're going to hear me saying a lot of times I have not played it because during this era, the PlayStation was my jam, Miles.
Oh my God. Heathen, blasphemous.
I know. So a lot of these games I haven't heard of, let alone play.
Yeah.
So have you played this one?
Yes. This was basically Avatar, the video game. You were like a blue man and you had a staff. It's a game I rented many a time. Never beat it. Never really liked it. I actually was really frustrated most of the time that I played it, but because this was a launch title for the Xbox, it was one of the few games available, and I kept thinking to myself, maybe I just don't get it. Maybe I'll come around to it. So Azaric, I'm gonna throw Azaric in the. I feel like I'm being harsh, but be a D. Nah, I'll give it a C.
No, we have Modern Vintage Gamer in the chat, and he says, "Good, Rand reviewing a bunch of old retro games. Everything's gonna be an F confirmed." I said to Miles before.
No.
If this was about like 360, I would have played everything, and I actually would have an opinion about most things because I would have played them. But OG Xbox, I didn't get an OG Xbox until 2004 when Halo 2 came out. So
wow,
a lot of these games I didn't play because I just didn't have an Xbox because I was a PlayStation dude. If this was a PlayStation Xbox or PlayStation tier thing from PS2, that'd be a different story because I played them. Yeah. I mean, if this was a Pokemon tier list or a Nintendo game tier list, they'd all be F. Every one of them.
All right, Rand, here's one you have to have played. You have to have played Blinks, the Time Sweeper.
I actually have not played Blinks.
My God. Okay, Blinks.
You literally picked the wrong person for this throwdown, Miles.
Well, you're along for the ride now, Rand, so strap in. We got a lot of games to cover here. Blinks, the Time Sweeper. Xbox's attempt at a 3D platforming mascot. You were a cat with a vacuum cleaner. Cool art style. I remember liking the character quite a bit. I remember being slightly excited about this release. This was a Microsoft Game Studios release. I know some people feel strongly about Blinks. I don't love it. I don't really dislike it. I think it's a just fine platformer with some interesting ideas with the vacuum. So I'm going to give Blinks 1, I stress, a C. Blinks 1,
a C.
Nice.
Man, nothing's reached the S or A category yet, man. What's
Not yet.
On?
Yeah, we got a lot to cover. Next up, Blinks 2, Masters of Time and Space. I'm assuming if you didn't play Blinks 1, you probably didn't play the highly anticipated sequel, Blinks 2, Masters of Time and Space. Bad game. Blinks 2, F. F from me, dog. Blinks 1, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Blinks 2, no. No, thank you. Rand, did you play Blood Wake? The weird boat combat game that was trying to be Twisted Metal.
I did play Blood Wake.
What do you think about Blood Wake?
And I you know what? I feel a little generous. I think it's a B.
You know what? I agree. Blood Wake, I have fond memories of playing this game with my buddy, eating some Totino's pizza rolls, shooting some boats. I gotta say, I was also a big fan of Twisted Metal, so it's pretty much that, but on the water. So not a lot of complaints from me. Really, really enjoyed Blood Wake. I kind of wish they would bring it back. I think there's a opportunity to bring back Blood Wake. Next up, Breakdown. This is currently back compat on the old Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S. So have you played this, Rand? Little Namco first person. Ooh,
I have.
People love this game. Do you love this game?
I slide that into the A category, bro.
Yeah, first A. Am I gonna? You know what? I'll let you have it. I think it was the very first person game I remember that wasn't a shooter. I remember renting it and not really knowing what to expect, and it had the cool like soda drinking mechanic, if I remember correctly. Like you could go to a vending machine and get a get a little sody pop and drink a little sody, and for that reason, A. First game I remember drinking a soda pop, so A. Next up, we have Brute Force. This is going to be a divisive one, man. Some people love Brute Force. Some people, like Phil Spencer, infamously don't love Brute Force. So where do you sit with this weird third person?
I actually bought it, Miles. I bought it. And I'm going to say one of the worst purchases in the history that Rand has ever made regarding video games. That game belongs in a tier below F.
Well, there is no tier below F.
So we have to put it in the F tier.
At Brute Force.
Garbage. Brute Force is garbage.
Oh, you're gonna upset people, Rand. People are gonna be mad. Brute Force.
No, we got people. We got people in the chat. Yosemite Blam and Nick W saying F tier. You know, Kay Santi says it's the GOAT.
It's one of those games I see on Twitter a lot when I talk about remakes and reboots. People are like, Brute Force needs to come back, dude. That game was sick. I remember buying this game for $9.97 at a Fred Meyer when it was like a platinum hit, taking it home and playing it. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. So I'm gonna bump it up to a D. Can we settle on a D? Or are you hard set on the F?
Can we settle on a D, bro? Even MVG's like, yo, it's an F. Are you really gonna go against me and MVG on this one? Are we? I don't think I can settle. I can't settle. Brute Force is an F.
Okay.
If it was any other game, I could settle, but not this one. This game is trash.
I need to know definitively why it's an undisputed F for you.
Because it plays like garbage. The shooting's garbage. Like, the game was just pure awfulness encapsulated in a video game. You know, when they talk about how gaming's for children and it's not good for you, this is the poster child, the game that they should show. Seriously.
Okay.
Phil doesn't even like this game, and Phil loves everything. Phil plays Destiny. He plays anything. I'm telling you, I will not compromise. Miles, you know what? You need to compromise with me. You need to drop it down from a D to get that F. Let's go.
Brute Force. It's not B for Brute Force, it's F for Brute Force.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brute Force. Sorry, Brute Force fans. I tried to get you up to a D because I don't feel that strongly about this game at all. But Rand has spoken. The people have spoken. Brute Force, F. Big ol' F. All right, Rand, here's one I never played. The Buffy the Vampire Slayer exclusive original Xbox game. Did you play this?
I did not play this. I haven't even watched the TV show. So,
my dad was really into the TV show. I was, I think, a little too young at the time to really appreciate it, so I didn't watch it either. So, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Xbox. Let's pull up a little gameplay here. Let's pull up a little long play.
You know what, Miles? You know how people do these tiers, and they have to, like... Oh, never mind, because it's like the worst of the F tier is usually... It's like Brute Force has to be like the poster child for the F tier, so you got to kind of move that in front of Blinks. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, I'm just going in order just to save us time here. You know?
Yeah.
I've actually heard really good things.
Made this game?
Yeah, I've heard good things.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Do we have any Buffy the Vampire Slayer on original Xbox fans in the chat? Because I know people actually speak fondly of this. It looks like a decent enough third-person action beat 'em up, fighting demons.
It doesn't look that bad.
I'd play this.
Just saying it from looking at it right here, you know?
I'd play that, Rand. So with that being said, that actually looks kind of cool. I'm comfortable with a C, unless you feel strongly.
Yeah, I mean, it looks, C's good. C's good.
C's good, Buffy? Hitting the C.
Yeah, Buffy, yeah.
Gotta make these smaller. We got a lot to go through here. Oh no, I'm inverting Buffy. All right,
That's
Rand.
right. Maka says Rand hasn't played any of these. I mean, I've already explained that, Maka. I didn't get an Xbox until 2004, so a lot of these exclusives Microsoft had, I didn't play.
We're gonna revoke Rand's Xbox card until he goes back and plays Azaric and Blinks the Time Sweeper. Okay, Rand, next up. This one I hope you've played because it is an absolute slapper. Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth by the legendary Bethesda Softworks. Did you play this original Xbox exclusive?
I'm going to shock you and say no, I haven't.
You haven't? Okay, this is one
No.
you do really need to take some time to go back. You can find it on PC as well. But Call of Cthulhu, the first game I remember playing with an insanity meter, that would actually alter what you would see on the screen based on where your sanity level was. Absolutely incredible. I'm throwing this an S. This is gonna be our first certified S game, Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth. If you haven't played it, go play it because it hits. Baby, let me tell you.
What? S tier? Oh,
S.
man.
I'm sorry.
This whole Throwdown episode is invalidated now.
You haven't even played it, okay? You haven't.
I don't even know what it looks like or how it plays. I don't even know. But these are the rules, so you can have your S.
That's right. These are the rules. These are the rules. Okay. This game screams of big, we have wave race at home energy, and that's Carve, which I've never played.
I've never played either, so
it's a jet ski game on the original Xbox. So let's
name Carve.
the cover art is beautiful. Carve. Okay, let's pull it up here. Let's see what we're working with Carve. Oh my god, this
Carve. What a name for Yo, we're gonna go carving.
Bruh. Okay, so it's like a combination of Wave Race 64 and Wipeout. Like if you took the jet ski mechanic of Wave Race and just made it Wipeout. Looks okay.
Does it look okay?
I don't. I feel nothing when I see this, so that's where I'm at.
Dova says Rand on original Xbox exclusives like Xbox at the Game Awards, a no-show.
Damn.
That's. I mean, this doesn't look bad. I mean, it doesn't look awful. You know.
It doesn't look awful. I'm gonna give it a solid D, unless you.
Yeah. That seems about right. Although D is awful, but yeah.
The cover art alone makes you want to throw in the F, but I'll be generous.
Yo, he's carving the water, bro.
Bro, hitting the waves, bro. Okay, this is another one I've never played. Chicago Enforcer.
Didn't play it. I don't even know. This is the first time I'm literally hearing about this game.
Same.
And I probably should have played it because it's probably set in my beautiful, beautiful town of Chicago.
First video that comes up is Chicago Enforcer, the greatest hidden gem on the original Xbox.
Oh, wow.
Excuse me? A Chemco slapper?
Yeah. Chicago Enforcer. Only on Xbox. Back in the days when Xbox had exclusives.
I'm pulling up the gameplay now. Is this a multiplayer shooter? Is this like GoldenEye, but set in Chicago in the 70s?
Oh, well, if it's a GoldenEye ripoff, F.
Yeah, it's like an arena shooter. I'm fine.
I mean, it looks like it plays better than GoldenEye, just, because GoldenEye plays like trash.
So it plays better than GoldenEye. Where do you want to put it then? You want an F?
I mean, probably D tier, because like GoldenEye would be F tier. So
Chicago Enforcer. I'm sorry, I never played you. You look okay. You look just fine.
Yeah, I'm sure there's somebody out there literally. I bought an Xbox for Chicago Enforcer.
Yeah,
this was my jam. I bought it for that.
Like I said, I typed in Chicago Enforcer Xbox. The very first video that popped up was somebody saying this is the best hidden gem on the original Xbox. I don't believe them, but I respect them. They made a 16-minute video on the subject matter. All right, Rand, tell me you've played The Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay.
Oh, yes. This is S tier, baby. This is S tier. S tier gets.
I'll agree with that. No arguments from me.
A classic. Even so, I loved it when they repackaged it and put it with the Riddick game that was on the 360. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
Well.
What was the one on 360? That one was not nearly.
It was the sequel to this. I forget the name of it. But yes, this is S tier. Put it ahead of whatever game you have in the current S tier position or whatever, because it's better than it.
Look, I'm agreeing with you on the S. Okay, take the win.
Okay.
Rand, Conquer, Live and Reloaded. How do you feel?
I have played this. My brother loved this. I'll give it an A. I'll give it an A.
I don't like Conquer very much.
You don't like the squirrel, huh?
Conquer Live and Reloaded was better than the original Conquer on N64, which I thought was a big old stinker. A rare stinker from Rare, in my opinion. I know people love it. I know it was very much of that era. Very poop humor, and that was fine. You know, the giant poop, that was funny. But the gameplay itself was not that great. I was not a huge fan of Conquer. Conquer Live and Reloaded, you know, it added the fur physics, it updated the visuals, but the core gameplay, in my opinion, wasn't fundamentally better. So I'm leaning towards C. I'm willing to give you a B.
Let's compromise and go for a B then.
I'm willing to throw it in B, just for the sake of the fans who do enjoy Conquer, because I know people do. I know people really, really do, and people want it to come back, and I don't, but that's fine. That's fine. I understand why. Did you see the new G Fuel flavor that came out today, by the way? Speaking of Conquer, so they put out a new flavor of G Fuel today called like Big Poop. It's Conquer themed. So do you want some poop flavored G Fuel? Is that
no?
Is that funny?
I'm good. So we got Conquer Live and Reloaded in the B tier, huh?
Conquer Live and Reloaded in B. Moving on to Crazy Taxi 3 High Roller. Crazy Taxi in Vegas, baby. Have you played this?
Well, I played Crazy Taxi, but I'm pretty sure I haven't played Crazy Taxi 3. But I mean, I'm assuming it's just like Crazy Taxi. So I mean, how bad can it be? Because Crazy Taxi is pretty legit.
Do you like Crazy Taxi, generally speaking?
I like Crazy Taxi, yeah.
I want to pull up a little long play here for... again, I love Crazy Taxi, but I also never played Crazy Taxi 3 on Xbox. So, pull up a little gameplay here. The Vegas setting, love that. If MVG is still in the chat, shout out to that Vegas lifestyle. Oh, this is showing you smashing into bowling pins. You're a car bowling, so... Yeah, that looks good. A? You want to throw that in A? I mean, Crazy Taxi.
You want to throw Crazy Taxi 3 in an A?
I mean, I don't know. How you feeling? How you feeling based on what we've seen here?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe a B. Maybe a B. Sounds good.
I'll meet you at the B. I'm comfortable with the B. It looks fun. Car bowling. B. B for car bowling. Okay. Squeeze this over here. I gotta make these smaller. We have so many games. Holy God, Rand. Crimson Sea. Did you ever play this? It was an action RPG by Koei Tecmo on the original Xbox.
No, I have not. Sorry.
I have. Xbox.
Okay.
I've written about this. I've talked about this at length, but early Xbox, original Xbox and Xbox 360 had a ton of really cool Japanese exclusives, a ton of Japanese support. Crimson Sea was this kind of Phantasy Star-ish third person. It was a single player action RPG for the original Xbox. Don't love it, but I remember being pretty solid. I will throw this in B. I'll give it a B.
Okay. So how are you feeling about Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters not coming to Xbox, Miles?
Well, it hasn't been confirmed. I'm going to go ahead and assume that's the reality. I'm working on something behind the scenes. I've reached out to Xbox, Square, Atlas, NIS America, and a few other publishers, and I've gotten some responses, no official comments, but I am working on a piece talking about, why so many games skip Xbox. Because it's something that happens a lot, and people are getting very mad. So
A Guns a Gun says an RPG from Koei Tecmo. Of course, Rand did not play it, Miles. Come on.
Just giving him the benefit of the doubt. All right, Rand, you have to have played this next one, and that's Crimson Skies, High Road to Revenge.
I have, and that is S tier.
S tier. People love Crimson Skies. People love some Crimson Skies. So, you know what? Sure, I'll slap it in S tier.
But have you not played it?
I have played it. I don't like flying games. So
okay, fair enough.
I'm not the target audience. It's not bad. I had a buddy who loved it, and I'd go to his house and we'd play it constantly, and I just wish we were playing some Bloodwake, you know what I'm saying?
High Road to Revenge. What a subtitle.
High Road to Revenge.
What a subtitle. Love it.
Rand, next up. this is a big one. This is a big one. Speaking of Xbox in Japan, Dead or Alive 3, baby. This game had a almost 50% attach rate on Xbox consoles sold in Japan. This game was a huge deal. This game was an incredible fighter, and this game was a showcase for the visual power, brother, of the original Xbox.
Sure was.
How you feel about Dead or Alive 3?
I played it, and you know what? I'm gonna give it an A.
Hey,
enjoyable.
Very enjoyable. I was more of a Street Fighter guy, more of a Tekken guy, but Dead or Alive 3, no denying it was something really cool for its time. I'll agree. I'll throw it right in the A with you. Dead or Alive 3, baby. Can't complain about a nice A. You feel me?
We got to fill out that A tier, bro. It's looking a little sparse, you know?
I know. We got to get some more A's in there, bro. Okay, next up. Another Dead or Alive banger on the original Xbox, and that is Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball.
Extreme Beach Volleyball. I didn't play this one, Miles, so I'm going to leave it to you.
You didn't play this one? Okay.
I didn't play it, nope.
If you're unfamiliar, you can obviously see by the cover.
I'm not unfamiliar.
You can obviously see by the cover of this game that it was a sexy game. It's rated M. It's rated M for mature, Rand, because it showed a lot of boobies and butts, and that was kind of the main appeal. Like, you know what? The girls of Dead or Alive are sexy. What if we made a sexy volleyball spin-off? That being said, if you ignore the obvious just boobs on the cover, which, you know,
I mean, you shouldn't.
You shouldn't. It's impossible.
It's
at the time, that was the game's main selling point. Let's be real. The core gameplay of Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball was actually really damn good. So I didn't play a lot of volleyball games, but there were a handful on the original Xbox. But this was one of the best playing. So that being said, I'm willing to give this a B. I think a B's fair.
People are saying S tier. This is S tier, Miles.
S? Let me look at the chat.
Look at the chat and, like, you know,
S plus?
S plus tier, Georgie says.
Agan Zagan saying it's about jiggle physics here. All right, you know what? I'll do it.
No, I don't know. Maybe we should go A. Maybe.
All right, yeah. Let's meet the chat halfway. Jiggle physics S plus. Overall gameplay B. So overall package. Let's go ahead and throw that in A. All right, I think Dead or Alive locking down the A spot, baby. Rand, did you play this one? This was a cult hit. Deus Ex Invisible War. I remember this got a lot of coverage in the official Xbox magazine. I remember seeing a bunch of, like, advertisements for this game.
Yeah, because it's a sequel to the amazing, incredible Deus Ex.
Did you play this? Did you play
I have
Invisible
played
War?
it.
I haven't played
it.
What's your take?
Not very good, especially not good compared to Deus Ex. So I'd give it a C.
Dead or Alive Invisible War, rocking a solid C. Okay. You know, I'm not going to argue that because I never played it. I remember seeing it a lot, but
like, look at that dude. Look at he's such a generic protagonist. The dude, like, looking down, pointing the gun.
He's got a sick leather jacket, dude.
And stuff. It's just like, that's not Deus Ex, man. Come on.
He looks like
literally a 9.1 on the box. Look at that. 9.1.
He looks like every dad going through a midlife crisis in the early 2000s, Rand. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Dino Crisis 3. Did you play this? People want Dino Crisis to come back?
Yes, I do want Dino Crisis to come back. I do enjoy me some Dino Crisis. I'm just trying to remember if I played Dino Crisis 3. I'm pretty sure I did. Have you played it?
Yes, you would remember because it's an outstandingly bad video game.
Is it bad?
I remember being so stoked. I'm a huge Capcom fan, huge survival horror fan.
Is it the one in space?
Yes, it's the one in space.
That one's bad.
Are we thinking F bad or D bad? For me, it's at least D, but I'd be fine with this in F because I remember spending full price getting this game I couldn't buy games at the time. I remember getting this game as, like, my main, like, birthday present, I want to say, and being so bummed and knowing I had to sit on this.
Let's go F. Have they made this is the last Dino Crisis game, right? Did it make any after this?
You could say this was the game that killed the franchise.
Mm.
So you could, in theory, say Xbox killed Dino Crisis. Yeah, that game was bad. Wow, what a disappointment.
Can't believe we're only in the D's, Miles.
We're only in the D's,
Miles,
like I said.
We gotta. We're gonna be here all night long.
All night long. Appreciate everyone hanging out. If you're digging the show, hit that like button, share it. Let's see how big we can go. And a reminder, if you do have a public dispute, let me drop this link in the chat here. You want to slap it up for everyone to see. Tell Rand and I we are definitely wrong on a game. Hit that link in the chat there. Rand, next up, you have to have played this one, and that's Doom 3.
Oh, yes.
Doom 3.
I wasn't the biggest fan of Doom 3, to be honest with you. I love me Doom. I remember getting Doom 3 day one, and I remember not really liking it as much as maybe other people. So, like, right now, on the top of my head, I would give it a B. That's kind of where I'm at.
I would say A. I know this game was very polarizing because it was wild. It was a wild departure from Doom 1 and 2, which were your more chaotic, just kill as many things as possible. And Doom 3 leaned into the horror elements. It had the flashlight, which again, very polarizing. People were used to Doom being somewhat bright, if not, very colorful, pixely. But Doom was dark, gritty, and kind of a reimagining of it. But that being said, I liked it. I liked that it leaned into horror quite a bit. And I remember being absolutely floored by the graphics on this when this dropped on 360. So for a period of time, I felt like this is one of the best looking and playing shooters on original Xbox. So I'm leaning towards A. I could settle on B.
I'm fine with you putting an A.
Okay. Doom 3, great game. Doom. Oh. Okay, we're powering through this, brother. Next up,
Jeez.
Dungeons and Dragons Heroes. Did you play this little ditty? This little slapper?
Nope. Haven't played it.
You know what? I haven't played it either. So let's pull up.
Oh, okay. Let's pull up some old ass gameplay and make a decision 10 seconds in, I guess.
Yep. That's the only fair way to do it. I don't know if there's a more fair way, but that seems like the only fair way to judge a game is by 10 seconds of gameplay on YouTube. By the first video I pull up. I do remember looking at the cover of this game. Potentially renting it. It looked kind of like a Diablo ripoff.
4 heroes, 1 goal, limitless danger.
So it's kind of Baldur's Gate 2, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, love Baldur's Gate 2. Ooh, played so much Baldur's Gate 2. This looks fine. This looks like a decent isometric hack and slash RPG. Doesn't look as good as Diablo. Doesn't look bad. Not feeling strongly. Where you at, Rand? Where you landing on that bad boy?
Looks like a C tier game to me.
C tier if I ever saw one. Dungeons and Dragons Heroes, getting a C. That cover's bright though. It tricked my teenage brain.
Like the red. The red on the cover's nice.
Tricked my brain into picking it up. So, okay. Next up, Elder Scrolls Morrowind. I think S. Is that an easy S? Are you gonna fight
I'll let
me?
you have it because I didn't play Morrowind.
You didn't play Morrowind, dude?
My first Elder Scrolls was Oblivion, so I didn't play Morrowind. But you played it. I'll let you have that S.
Yeah, that was the game that was my introduction. I never played Elder Scrolls before that. I remember seeing the cover, the gold and black cover, and being really interested by the runic design and the whimsical fantasy nature. And I remember picking up and just sinking hours and hours and hours into it. Never beat it. I've never beat Morrowind because back then I had no idea how to even beat Morrowind, but I played hundreds of hours of Morrowind. Rand, tell me you've played Fable, the OG.
Of course.
Fable. Okay.
The OG Fable? You know it, bro.
Bro, where you at with the OG Fable? Hit me with it.
S tier, baby.
S tier. Not going to argue that. Despite the broken promises about trees that would, grow over time by our boy Peter Molyneux, S. Confident S.
Bro, the original Fable is so freaking good.
God. Oh.
It's just, it's funny because when you look at the franchise, that's the high point because Fable 2 didn't approach it, and then Fable 3 certainly couldn't even approach Fable 2, right? It like that cover too. Just look at that cover. The red background, the young kid looking into the pool, seeing his older self. Like that is an S tier cover for an S tier game. And you know, we're finally coming back. We got Playground Games working on a reimagining of Fable. That's tough to do because Fable is a classic.
Fable's a classic. Absolute classic. So yeah, like you said, that cover explains everything you need to know about the morality system. You had the whole good versus evil skill arc. You had great for its time. It hasn't aged the best, but for its time, amazing action RPG combat. Played Fable at least 10 times through. Adore that game. I'm with you. I do think that was unfortunately the pinnacle of Fable. Didn't like 2 as much as 1 and didn't like 3 as much as 2, but still really liked all of them. I did beat all the Fables multiple times, so big fan of the franchise. Stoked to see it come back. We got a first... Oh, this isn't a dispute. Yodani's just being nice, all right? Was expecting a dispute to come in. We got Yodani who says, showing you, Rand, and OG Xbox and its LAN connectivity some love. Shout out to all the people out there who got down on some sweaty, stinky 16-player LAN parties on the original Xbox. What a time to be alive. Rand, did you ever play the original Forza Motorsport?
No, I did not.
I have to admit, at this period of time in my life, I was a Gran Turismo guy. Played a lot of Gran Turismo on PS1. Played a lot of Gran Turismo on PS2. So Forza was not my sim racer of choice. Things have changed in recent years. I think Forza in its current state outperforms, outpaces, pretty much does everything better than Gran Turismo. And Gran Turismo, I don't even think is a bad game. I think Gran Turismo still is excellent. But Forza is just the king of sim racing right now. Forza Motorsport 1, I did play it. And I have to say, at the time, it did not convert me. Forza Motorsport 1 did not convert me from Gran Turismo. So I'm going to say B.
Whoa! I think we're gonna have some people disagree with you in chat on that one, Miles.
I'm sorry.
Right.
It came for the Gran Turismo crown. It strong first outing, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. I'm sorry.
And just think, in 2023, we're about to get the 8th iteration of this game.
Mm-hmm. They've been just pumping them out.
That's a good cover though. Look at that cover. I like that.
Yeah,
it's nice.
It's sporty.
There's some good covers out of here.
That it was a good era for covers. And speaking of good covers, the next one coming up, Furious Karting. This also has big. Karting. We have Mario Kart at home. All right, it's called Furious Karting. I've never played it. I had never even heard of it before I did this list here. So I'm assuming you haven't played it.
I've never heard of this game.
All right, I'm gonna pull up some gameplay. I've never. We
know MVG is probably like, yeah, this game I played all the time. Retro, All
right, let's pull it up here. I got a Furious Karting.
What has he got? A baseball bat? Look at this cover art.
Yeah, he's got a baseball bat. It's surprisingly doesn't look interesting. The cover makes it look like it's way cooler and more action oriented, but looking at the game. Oh, there's the bat. Okay, the baseball bat came out. You can pull out a bat and you can smack the drivers. This looks bad, Rand. This does not look like a fun game.
I just saw 2 seconds of gameplay. This looks awful.
This looks.
Can you imagine buying that game for the somewhat cool cover and then getting this?
F for Furious Karting. I'm sorry, Furious Karting. You didn't impress us. Like you, I got excited about this cover because it looks so bad, but in a good way. So
Jarrett says, "Kids first road rash."
Exactly. Road rash is too violent. You can have Furious Karting.
Furious Karting.
Furious Karting. Okay, my God. All right, Rand. Next up, please tell me you've played this. Please tell me you've played a little game called Fusion Frenzy.
Oh, I played Fusion Frenzy. Oh,
baby, how you feel about Fusion
Party
Frenzy?
Game. You know what? I put it solid A, bro. Solid A.
I'm saying with S. Friends. Okay. S tier. Fusion Frenzy. What is going on, Microsoft?
I'll let you have it.
Why on earth isn't Fusion Frenzy a go-to, a staple franchise? You put out one slapper, you put out one banging party game and just threw in the towel? What's up? Fusion Frenzy
That seems to be a lot of Microsoft's MO. Do it one time and never do it again, and people would keep on asking for it. Like, why haven't done this?
I mean, come on, Fusion Frenzy. Sure, it wasn't as good as Mario Party. I'm not kidding myself. I'm not going to come out here and tell you it was better than Mario Party. But that being said, Fusion Frenzy. I love that game. Played so much Fusion Frenzy. I have it on my Xbox, my current Xbox as well, installed, ready to rock at a moment's notice. Even though Xbox doesn't have any way to play retro games online with your friends, like Nintendo does. But whatever. Rand, this next one I had not heard of, but I'm really curious to see if you had heard of it. And that is a game called Galleon. It's a pirate game from Atlas.
From Atlas? Like the people who make Persona?
It's a pirate original Xbox exclusive from Atlas. And let me tell you, I had never heard of this game in my entire life.
Have you? I've never heard of it either. So we're gonna have to go to YouTube.
We're gonna have to turn to Galleon Xbox gameplay. Ooh, I see some sexy women on the cover here. Let's see. Atlas came out with a banger and delivered. These graphics. Oh my. His legs. What? Hold on. I know it's only 10 seconds, but I'm so intrigued by this game. This is the tutorial. We got a. It looks. Oh, that transition from the like kind of scripted in-engine cutscene to the gameplay was jarring. Oh my god. I need to find this. MVG, if you're here, have you played this? Do you own this? Can you send this to me if you do? Oh my god, what is this? There's a pickup animation for a mushroom on the ground? I'm Rand.
I mean,
I need to play this. This looks wild.
I don't know, bro. Like I'm thinking F tier, bro.
You're thinking
I mean, look at this. Look at how he's running and sliding.
Dude, that's epic. What other game at the time had running and sliding? Look at the rain physics. Oh my god, he's picking up. There's an animation for him picking stuff up off the ground. The running is weird. I don't know. I'm torn. I'm with you. It doesn't look great, but it also looks very interesting. So, you want to do F?
D tier? I don't know. Whatever.
Let's do D. Let's give it a pity D.
What is this?
Dude, that just shot up to my I need to track this down and play it list. That's way up there now. Holy crap. I had never heard of that. I never seen a second of that. Atlas dropping a hidden pirate banger on the original Xbox. Galleon. Sean Kramer saying this is actually Persona 1. Yeah, this is the reskinned Persona that Xbox fans got back in the day. Rand.
Nobody bought it on an Xbox, so they didn't bother making any more games for Xbox and went on to make Persona, right?
Tell me you've played Grabbed by the Ghoulies.
Grabbed by the Ghoulies.
This was
I
Rare's
know about
first.
it, but I don't think I played it.
This was Rare's first Xbox exclusive. The first game that came out post Microsoft's acquisition of Rare was Grabbed by the Ghoulies. I loved this game. I was really fond of it. It was weird because it was all about picking up random objects and using them to defeat enemies. So it was kind of like a puzzle action brawler. You could pick up anything. It was very focused on the physics. I remember loving the hell out of it. I remember it being hard. I remember it being kind of unfair, but I also remember playing through it multiple times and then playing through it again when it dropped on Rare Replay. So I want to say at least a B for this.
I mean, you can have it, Miles. Like I said, I didn't play it, so
I'm gonna say at least a B. Grabbed by the Ghoulies. You know what? I'm throwing an A. I don't care.
Whoa! Don't overreach now. Don't overreach now. This is Grabbed by the Ghoulies after all.
Grabbed by the Ghoulies, another banger franchise Xbox hasn't come back to. All right, I need
probably for good reason.
Correct me if I'm wrong. If there's anyone here from the UK, I had someone from the UK tell me this, and I don't know if it's true. I haven't fact-checked it, but Grabbed by the Ghoulies is a euphemism for grabbed by the testicles.
Oh, really?
So that's, I think, According to someone who could be pranking me, bro. It's just a prank, bro. That's a UK euphemism for grabbing someone by the balls. You're grabbed by the ghoulies. Don't know if that's true or not, but I heard that, and so I'm going to share it. And if I'm wrong, I apologize for spreading misinformation on youtube.com. Rand, the next two, I don't think there's going to be a lot of debate, but these two are going to hold a very special place in a lot of people's hearts. First up, we have Halo Combat Evolved.
You know, I might have a spicy take on this.
Don't hit me with it. I don't have it in me.
Spicy take.
Rand?
I might have a spicy take.
Rand?
Halo Combat Evolve. Like I said, I didn't get an Xbox.
Okay, here we go.
So I'm gonna say Halo Combat Evolve is probably sitting B tier.
B, are you out of your mind? Rand,
B tier. I don't care, bro. B tier, whatever. I don't really care for Halo Combat Evolved, and by the time it came out, when other games had copied it that I had played, so it didn't really feel fresh when I played it, 3 years after it originally came out, and I kept on wondering, what is everybody talking about? I mean, so yeah, B tier.
No, I will not concede to a B in any world. This was an easy S. This was an S. This was the S'est of the S's we've had so far for me. Halo Combat Evolved. The reason most people know the Xbox brand, a game that people have played more than any, LAN parties. I had dozens and dozens of 16-player LAN parties. We would go out of our way to haul an Xbox, a massive CRT tube TV to other people's houses so we could play this game together. Halo Combat Evolved. That completely changed the first-person shooter landscape on console in a way that we haven't ever seen another game do. This needs to be S. I can't even settle for an A here. This game is so an S that is just, I don't know, a B. I can't even believe you'd say B.
I mean,
I just
bro,
can't.
the thing is, it's not even. I don't even know if it's one of the top Halo games.
What do you mean? What, you don't even know?
Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo Reach, Halo ODST, they're all better than Halo Combat Evolved, right?
We're gonna have an interesting conversation about Halo 2.
I'm just saying, I played it in 2004. I was a PlayStation dude, so a lot of games that started to copy Halo by the time I got around to playing Halo. When I played Halo, I didn't really see what was so special about it. This is also because I didn't play the multiplayer. Like I said, I didn't have that experience of LAN parties playing Halo. So a lot of the reasons why people enjoy the original Halo doesn't apply to me. So like I said, I played it 3 years later and I was just like, okay, I don't know why everybody's like, this is the most amazing thing of all time. To me, it was just like, all right, whatever. It's a solid game,
Wow.
But if you want, I mean, I know how people feel about it. I know everybody's like, this is the reason you got an Xbox, and Halo 2's the reason I got an Xbox.
Like I said,
you can put it in S tier. I just want to make it known that Halo Combat Evolve and Rand al Thor 19 is not my favorite Halo. There are plenty of Halos that are better. But go ahead, put it in the S tier, because chat's on fire right now, calling me all sorts of names.
I'm doing S. I'm sorry. You gave me the permission. I was gonna put it in A if you were really gonna fight me on it, because that's the rules of the show.
I've talked about this. Like I said, I didn't play Halo right away. So when I played it, I didn't really see what was so special about it. I remember playing through the library the first time I played that game. I'm like, this is trash. This level is what do people see in this? So,
okay. Halo 2 is our next pick.
Halo 2 is S tier. You don't even have to say anything. And you know what? Make sure you put it ahead of Halo Combat Evolved, please.
No, because I think Halo Combat Evolved is better than Halo 2.
You're insane if you think Halo Combat Evolved is better than Halo 2.
No. Again, like you, if you played Xbox Live, if you played the online portion of it, Halo 2, fantastic. But for me, I didn't have Xbox Live at the time. So I remember playing through the campaign and thinking that it was notably worse than the original Halo Combat Evolved. Still loved it. Still absolutely loved it. I would happily put Halo 2 in the S tier without a single qualm. But that being said, let the record show that I think Halo Combat Evolved is a much better Halo game than Halo 2.
Let the record show that Halo 2 is miles beyond Halo 1, and that Special Nick doesn't know what he's talking about, and you might as well ban him from chat. He says Halo 2 is D tier.
Well, okay, see, like I said,
just ban him. Just ban him.
Just
like
ban,
don't even
block.
Yeah, block him. We don't need Special Nick here. Get rid of him.
I'm not gonna, like I said, I will meet you in S. No qualms from me. Love me some Halo 2, but I have to say it did not have the same magic for me that Halo 1 did in a lot of ways.
To me, Halo 1 had no magic, and Halo 2 had all the magic.
Well,
so
look, I'm not going to try to hit you with a B. I'm not going to be a maniac like you and say Halo 2 is a B tier game, all right? So I'll give you the S.
Halo 1 is not even like top 4 Halo game. What are you talking about?
You're out of your mind.
You're out of your mind.
Rand,
people look back. I'm telling you, people are looking back on Halo 1 with like nostalgia, rose-tinted glasses.
I mean, like a lot of us do with all-time classic movies. It's Halo Combat Evolved just did something for the genre that, you know, was just so transformative and so impactful. And again, sure, by today's standards, shooters have come a long way. But that being said, I can still go back and play Halo Combat Evolved. And outside of the pacing with the library, like you said, the library stage sucks, has not aged well. The back and forth is terrible. That being said, the physics, the sandbox, the gunplay, the open scope. My biggest complaint about Halo 2 is it felt more restrictive and more linear than Halo Combat Evolved did in a lot of ways. But again, minor gripe, still S tier game. Rand, did you play this next game? This is a really cool original Xbox exclusive. And it just goes to show how many awesome partners Xbox had on the original Xbox. They had some really cool stuff lined up, and that was House of the Dead 3.
I haven't played this.
Came out and was a Xbox exclusive. Ooh, this game, first off, let me just say, I'm a big House of the Dead fan. Have you played, I assume you played like arcade
I have
games?
played House of the Dead in the arcades and stuff. Okay. I just haven't played this House of the Dead 3.
So fond memories of House of the Dead 1 and 2 playing in the arcades. I thought House of the Dead 3 was better than both of those. So somehow, in my opinion, I think Xbox got the best House of the Dead game that's ever been made. I think House of the Dead 3 is the best House of the Dead game, and it's an Xbox exclusive. So I'm feeling an A on this one.
All right. MVG says, I came here for Rand's takes. I have not been disappointed so far.
See, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited. We got to have the dynamics. That's the point.
Have I said anything controversial? I don't understand.
You said Halo and B. I'm sorry, but that is
because Halo 1 isn't as good as Halo 2, 3, ODST, Reach. I mean, it's a mid-tier Halo game. It's better than 4 and 5, but I mean, everything's better than...
Rand.
I mean, by ranking the Halo games, it's behind a whole bunch of them and barely ahead of the ones that are people consider not to be good, like 4 and 5. And Infinite's got to be somewhere towards the top 2 now. But like, I mean, it's not Halo CE is not even the best Halo on the console. You know?
I need to breathe. Sean Kramer. Okay, not a dispute. Just a nice comment. Thanks for the morning entertainment. Sending love from Taiwan. Oh, appreciate you hanging out from Taiwan. Thank you for keeping Rand in check, Miles. See, there you go. All right. I'm here to wrangle you in because your takes are getting out of control. Rand, did you ever play Hunter the Reckoning?
I have not, no.
And that blows my mind. They made a sequel that was an Xbox exclusive called Hunter the Reckoning Redeemer. So if Hunter the Reckoning was on this list, S tier. Absolute S tier. Was not an Xbox exclusive, just an absolute banger. Isometric action horror game. Oh my god. I got Halo Combat Evolved and Hunter the Reckoning with my Xbox.
And you want to know how I'm right about this? Because Special Nick says Halo CE is 1 greater than all the others, and he is like the worst taste in gaming. So that's how you know I'm right.
Just accept that Halo's an S tier game, okay? Just accept it. I gave you Halo 2. Little pushback. Despite your outlandish takes. Hunter the Reckoning Redeemer, I'm going to give it a B. Solid B.
Fair enough.
Not as good. Not
the solid box art there. Solid box
exactly.
Art.
Not the certified banger
Big
that
sword
the predecessor was, but still fun. All right, what do we got next? We got Ooh, this is a good one. See, this is a good one here, and I have some thoughts on this one. Rand, have you ever played Jade Empire from
Oh,
BioWare?
oh, Jade Empire.
Oh,
Hello.
oh,
There's no
oh,
discussion
oh.
to be had here. This is S tier.
S
And I'm so
tier.
disappointed that we haven't seen a sequel from BioWare on this. It's like, yo, this game was so legit, bro. This is one of the reasons why I got the Xbox in the first place, was because BioWare was making games exclusively for it, and Jade Empire was a banger.
A
Was a banger.
banger. No arguments from me. S tier. I would say this is my favorite BioWare game by far, by a large margin. This was for me where my love of BioWare peaked, if I'm being honest.
This might have been where my love of BioWare started. Because I don't know if I played Knights of the Republic first or if I played Jade Empire first.
I played Knights of the Old Republic first and liked that. But Jade Empire, that just hit on a whole different level for me. That was Jade Empire, baby.
So
S
sad
tier.
we never got a Jade Empire 2.
Dude.
It could be like an ongoing franchise right now, you know?
I'd settle for just a remake. Just remake it, all right? I'd be totally fine. You don't even have to reboot it per se. Just do one of those fancy remakes and update the engine. Let's go. I'd be just fine with that. Jet Set Radio Future, Rand. Tell me you've played this one.
I'm going to tell you I have not.
What on... Okay. Jet Set Radio Future S. Certified S tier. God, what an amazing game. I bought the Xbox bundle that I had came with Jet Set Radio Future and Sega GT 2002. Jet Set Radio Future. My God, what a game. That's another franchise that's another franchise that should be strong and still going, and they're working on their mega game project over at Sega to bring Jet Set Radio back. But Jet Set Radio Future. God, what a game, bro. Okay, here's one that's kind of a deeper cut. And I never played it. It is called, bring it up to the top here. It's called Kakuto Chojin.
Excuse me? God bless you.
Kakuto Chojin. Back Alley Brutal from Microsoft Game Studios. Let me pull up some gameplay, because if you've played this one,
I have not. No.
I would lose my mind, because I've never played it. Let's see. Kakuto, I'm probably butchering the pronunciation of that, and I apologize. But here it is. It is a 3D fighter in the vein of Tekken. Kakuto Chojin Back Alley Brutal. The name and the cover art are not ideal, I would say. Neither one of those things. Oh, the foot's going right through his body. That was a cool slow-mo shot. How you feeling about this? I played a lot of fighting games in this era, played a lot of 3D fighting games from this era, and a lot of them weren't that good. This looks okay. Looks alright.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't feel strongly.
D tier.
D tier. Kakuto Chojin Back Alley Brutal, going straight in the D. If not just for that cover art alone, it's bad. Really bad cover art.
Yeah, bad.
Okay, next up, Rand, we have... Did you ever play the Kingdom Under Fire games? First up, we have The Crusaders.
I'm not.
This was kind of a beloved action strategy game on Xbox. They did Kingdom Under Fire, The Crusaders, Kingdom Under Fire, Heroes, and maybe even another one. I didn't like it. I remember renting this game and being very mad, and this is on me. This is not a fault of the game, but I thought it was going to be like an action game, like a straight up action RPG or a hack and slash game. No, you have like an army and you command an army, so you're basically telling your army what to do with little. It's all real time, but I didn't like these games. I'm gonna say D. I'm gonna say Kingdom Under Fire, The Crusaders. That's a big D from me, dog.
All right.
Moving on, another one. Kingdom Under Fire, Heroes. Have you played that?
No. I've not played any of them. Just put them all in D, Miles.
I'm going to save us some time and just
I'll just put them in D, whatever.
Kingdom Under Fire, D. Heroes, quick D.
You know, it's a lot of, look at this list. There's a lot of exclusives for just a short period of time. Because, the Xbox was only around from 2001 to 2005, but it really stopped getting exclusives after but like when the 360 came out, so it's like, damn, in just a short amount of time, look how many exclusives they have, right? Like
This
that's a big list of exclusive games for a system that was only around for 4 years,
in this period
right?
of time, Xbox was money hatting like a mofo, dude.
I
Look,
know.
like most of these are not first party. They did have some first party games, but most of these games were Xbox going to other big established publishers and saying, "What do you got? All right, what do you need to get across the finish line? How much money do you need? And can we make that an exclusive?" So they were wheeling and dealing, baby. So I gotta commend that team for coming out of the gate and in 4 years having 100 Xbox exclusives. That's a big number. Rand, this next game, I laughed out loud to myself when I saw the cover because I had never heard of it. And it's called Knight's Apprentice Memoryx Adventures. Have you ever played that or heard of it?
No, I've never heard of it and have never played it.
Me either. Knight's Apprentice.
Show me this box art, by the way. I want to see it.
Yeah. Let me pull up some gameplay while that's happening here. So,
yeah, just like F tier, just based off the box art. My God.
HSM Studios, shout out using your video here. Okay, let's pull up some gameplay. So, I could definitely see this, for fans of Fable, I could see that slapped all over the cover art. Like you said, the cover alone is terrible. That cover alone, F, if we're just going by the cover. But the gameplay itself, based on what I'm seeing right now, it looks okay. It looks just fine. I'm not giving it more than a D though, so I don't know.
I don't know. This looks like straight F tier, bro.
All right, Knight's Apprentice, Memoryx Adventure. I'm sorry to you, Rand has decided your fate, and that's F. F, and I don't care enough to defend it, so you're going in the F tier. Knight's Apprentice, like I said, there's so many games when I was making this list that I didn't know were a thing. And I thought that was pretty in tune with the old OG Xbox. Next up on our list, Kung Fu Chaos, baby! Did you play this game, Rand?
No, I have not.
Kung Fu Chaos, Microsoft Game Studios. I guess this was another party game. This was a 4-player game where you're basically filming a Kung Fu movie. And you were on all of these different stages, and there was all these props, and you were basically trying to kill each other, Mario Party style. Amazing game. Loved it. I don't think I would go S, but I definitely would give this an A because it was just a really solid, tight party game.
Buddy McClure says, why not make an I don't know tier? Because everything would be in the I don't know tier, I would imagine.
Yeah, that's not as fun. And I figured we could use that as an opportunity to pull up some hidden gem gameplay for people to get a taste. Because if we just pull up a cover and say, I don't know what this is, and move on, let's go on an adventure together, all right? Let's explore the history of Xbox together and make really founded and really fair critiques of these games based on old-ass videos. I think that's the best way to do it. I'm willing to take notes, but Rand, this next one, I had never heard of, and the cover art just is awful. It's called Loons, The Fight for Fame. It's Looney Tunes, and they're pretty much like in this like almost kind of early 90s hip-hop style album cover, like shadowed in black. And you got Daffy, you got Taz, and you got Bugs. Have you played Loons, The Fight for Fame?
I've not. Nope. Sorry, Miles.
Nope. Either have I. Another one I had never heard of in my entire life. Let's go. Loons, The Fight for Fame, Xbox gameplay. What it do?
It doesn't even have only on Xbox. On the
a lot of these don't. Yeah, but there's like weird, because I think to get that banner you had to ensure it couldn't go elsewhere, and this just didn't bother to go elsewhere. I don't know what this is. Is this like a arena fighting game? Is this Super Smash Bros? But I'm kind of baffled by this. This looks like Super Smash Bros. If there was no arena to be knocked off.
Looks awful.
F. I'm sorry, this is an F.
Multiverses before multiverses.
Exactly, the predecessor to multiverses. How far
Where
they
are those
come.
things coming out of, by the way? Like the little, like,
There we go. Loons fight for fame. Like I said, Xbox money hat and some bangers. All right, Mad Dash. Rand, did you ever play this?
I'm gonna shock everybody and say no.
Rand hasn't played Mad Dash. Oh my. Okay, I have fond memories of this one because, again, I think it was an Xbox launch title or around Xbox launch, and I remember renting it a few times. And it was a racing game where you ran. So it wasn't like a kart racer, but it was similar to Mario Kart, but instead of using cars or boats or planes, you just literally ran. And hence the name Mad Dash Racing. Soundtrack by none other than Fatboy Slim, so you know it's of that era. I'm gonna give it a C because I remember liking it, but I don't think it was a very good game. So Mad Dash Racing, solid C. Still fixating on your Halo score, dude. Still, it's lingering.
Whatever. I mean, it's hard being right sometimes about stuff.
Rand, what about Mech Assault? Tell me you played Mech Assault.
No, sorry, I haven't.
Mech Assault.
I told you I haven't. Like I said, I didn't play much on the OG Xbox. I'm the
Mech
wrong
Assault-
person. I'm the wrong person to have on this show. But you know
Well,
what?
you should have read the notes. All right.
I'm sure. I'm always better than Special Nick, though.
I should have got MBG or Special Nick on here.
You should have. Well, not Special Nick. MVG always is good to have on because he's amazing. I would have been much more probably appropriate for the 360 because I literally played every game on the 360.
I'm gonna. Oh yeah, and your endless hunt to get a million gamer score.
I mean, I played everything. So like all these little games that you're talking about here, if the OG Xbox had achievements, I probably would have played all these things. So at least I could give, an opinion about it. Like I said, I was a PlayStation guy during this whole time. Like I was on PlayStation, living life, bro. Like having a great time on the best system. Like if you had to rate the consoles for me personally, 360 is probably my favorite console of all time, and then it's the PS2, probably the PS1.
PS1,
like just loving life, loving video games back then. And the PlayStation really didn't have great exclusives. They just had like literally, first party. They had great exclusives otherwise.
Yeah.
And then you get to the bottom, like the bottom's just all like Nintendo systems, like trash, garbage.
Oh my God, Jesus!
Right?
Yeah.
Like GameCube,
wow.
bottom, NES.
Wow.
NES is up there. NES is a great system.
SNES is one of the all-time greats.
I didn't have a SNES. I've never played a Super Nintendo game.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to do with that.
I mean, it's interesting how our winding roads through life take us through certain things, and my path through life as a kid didn't take me through the Super Nintendo.
One day maybe we'll go back, but I doubt it. Mech Assault 1 and 2. Hey, I'm gonna throw those in A.
Look at that cover. That is some good cover art.
That's a good.
That's some great cover art.
Baller cover art. All right, next up we got. Man, there are some games. I got to scroll. Metal Wolf Chaos. Did you ever play this? Absolute slapper. I'm gonna go ahead and say no. It's a deep cut.
I haven't. I feel offer because I got nothing to offer opinion wise on any of this stuff.
I didn't play this one until way later. I didn't never play this on original Xbox. I think this might have been a Japan only release, but they did a like remastered version. And I did play that in recent years. I think you can get that on Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Metal Wolf Chaos you can go play right now, and it's basically Mech Assault, but America Hell Yeah Brother. You can see the burning American flag in the background. It's by From Software, who at this time, like they had done Armored Core, a bunch of those. Armored Core was awesome. So it's kind of that kick-ass mech gameplay, but set in like this weird dystopian America. Metal Wolf Chaos. Just for the corniness, just for the cheese factor, I'm going to give this an A. Metal Wolf Chaos. What a weird-ass game. I wish I had known about it sooner in life. People forget how long From Software's been in the game, Rand.
They've been in there for a long time. Remember when they made Ninja Blade for the 360?
Yeah. Did you ever play Midtown Madness 3, Rand?
No, I have not.
All-time classic. Midtown Madness 3. It's going straight into S. I won't hear otherwise.
Says, why does Rand have art for a live feed?
Because one day, Rand, we're working up.
Because that is the live feed right now. I'm just hanging out with some Pokemon.
Exactly.
Having a good time.
Okay, next up, we got, God, I never played this, Nightcaster. Did you ever play Nightcaster? I feel like this was, Xbox said, you know what, we have to have a wizard game. What does every console need to succeed? A wizard game. So they came up with Nightcaster, Defeat the Darkness. I'm going to pull up gameplay because I remember the cover art vividly, but I have never played this game in my life. Nightcaster, Defeat the Darkness. Right, let's see. What we got here? Okay.
Nightcaster.
Oh, it's dark. You got a torch that's also a staff. This is the predecessor to Dark Souls. Oh, you're casting some sick magic. Anyone in the chat play this game? I feel like this was one of those games that a lot of original Xbox fans played just because it was one of the launch exclusives. But I never played it. It looks cool. It's got some
I've never even heard of it.
It looks very Zelda inspired. Very much like Ocarina of Time inspired. MVG saying Nightcaster isn't bad. C or maybe B. I can throw this in B. Looks cool. Crafting spells. Wizards. Give it a B. We've been a little harsh on the ones that we're only watching gameplay for, so.
That is true. We have been harsh for the ones we've seen gameplay for.
So Nightcaster, you're going in B, my friend. Nightcaster, Defeat the Darkness, solid B. All right, what do we got next? What do we got next here? We're in the ends. We're making progress. We're making some headwinds here. Ninja Gaiden Black. Did you play this, Rand?
Well, I played Ninja Gaiden.
Okay.
I didn't play Ninja Gaiden Black, but I mean Ninja Gaiden Black is Ninja Gaiden, right?
Yes, I believe they might have even been both exclusives. Actually, I'm not
No. Ninja Gaiden Black did come to PlayStation like a year after, a year later.
Okay.
But I mean, just basing it off of what I feel about Ninja Gaiden, dude, that is S tier as S tier could possibly be. That's like triple S tier.
Triple S.
You should have we should have a tier above S that's like triple S, where it's like Riddick's on there, Ninja Gaiden's on there, Fable, like
Call
Halo
of
2's
Cthulhu's
on there, stuff, you know?
Dark Corners of the Earth, that's on there. I'll give it to you, S. I like the game.
Damn right, you're giving it to me.
I really like the game. Maybe this is is going to affect my gamer cred. I could never beat it. I could never beat that game back in the day.
Excuse me?
I can't beat my ass, dude. I remember
it's a pretty tough game.
I remember playing the hell out of that game and just dying over and over. So it's not that I didn't want to beat it. It's not that I didn't like it. I couldn't.
I guess kind of sad what Ninja Gaiden's become, though.
I keep hoping it maybe one day returns to its former glory. Maybe.
Like it's never going to reach its former glory,
I mean, that's the hope with all of us. We talked about Fable. We talked about, Ninja Gaiden. We talked about all these legacy franchises that just came out of the gate so damn strong. How do you ever recapture that? I guess $1 million question. What do we got next? Are you a big Oddworld fan? Have you played any Oddworld games?
I have, but I'm not sure if I played this one.
Munch's Odyssey.
This is like Stranger's Wrath, right?
No, that's the next one. There was 2 Oddworld exclusives on original Xbox. Munch's Odyssey and Stranger's Wrath.
Might have played Munch's Odyssey.
So you played as like the weird guy who could wheel around. He was like a short little guy, had a bunch of weird slurmy soda that you would drink. Kind of a traditional 3D platformer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think if I played it. I don't know if I did.
I'm gonna put it in C. This might piss people off, but it was fine. It was decent. I would say it's a decent 3D platformer. As someone who loved Abe's Odyssey, On PlayStation 1, though, it does not live up to that. It's not an Abe's Odyssey level Oddworld experience. Stranger's Wrath, that's one you haven't played, right?
No, I know I haven't played that one. I think Abe's Odyssey is the one I have played, the one that you mentioned.
Yeah, that was a PS1 classic. Certified green cover PlayStation 1 classic. Stranger's Wrath, for me, that's an A. That's a strong A. This was the original High on Life. You had the weird guns that were alive. It took the Oddworld formula and made it basically a first-person shooter. Such a good game, such a cool game. Played well, amazing art style. Such a cool way to reinvent the series. So A, confident A for Stranger's Wrath. That's another one that's been remastered, so you can play that on modern consoles. And Rand, I would recommend it if you haven't. These next two, these are some deep cuts. So a lot of people in the current age, they say From Software would never make an exclusive for Xbox. Little did they know that From Software has made several exclusives for Xbox, especially on the original Xbox. And probably the most prominent and one of my favorite is Otogi, Myth of Demons. Rand, have you gone back? They added this to back compat on your Xbox Series X. You could be playing this right now. Have you played
but
Otogi?
I'm not, and I won't.
Why? What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you?
This game is so good. Such a cool, weird, surreal action game. It's inspired by Devil May Cry, more sprawling environments than Devil May Cry, based on Japanese folklore and mythos. There's a bunch of demons, and it's a beautiful trip. This is Otogi 1, I'm throwing in A. And Otogi 2, which is the next game, I'm just throwing straight an S. I won't hear otherwise. Otogi Dream Warriors, S, baby. Buy those games on Xbox and go play them right now. You don't even need to work too hard to play them. $20 a pop, worth every freaking penny. Otogi 2. And those covers are sick, bro. You can't tell me those covers ain't
some good covers.
Sick. All right?
See, MVG says the opposite. 1 is S tier, 2 is A tier.
Ooh. Oops, I threw it in, hey. We're going to have to agree to disagree. I just replayed them recently. It's fresh in the old mind. All right, Rand, this game is terrible. This next game is absolutely terrible.
Phantom Dust?
No, Outlaw Volleyball. Where did I put
Outlaw Volleyball?
Outlaw Volleyball. Where is it? Oh, no. Outlaw Volleyball. I'm trying to bring up the just cringy cover art. It's you're a PlayStation guy, so you played Hot Shots Golf, right?
I have played Hot Shots Golf, yes.
So this was the volleyball answer to that. A character-driven volleyball game. As you can see by the cover, you got the dude just decked out in tribal tattoos and a do-rag with sunglasses on the cover. That tells you everything you need to know. This was another M-rated game because it had profanity and it was edgy volleyball. Play Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball and throw this game straight in F tier. Straight in F tier.
Yeah, look at that box art. Got the chick, backwards, right? Like yep.
Just
dude
absolutely
with,
terrible.
Dude with the tattoos in the front, bald. Yeah, Outlaw Volleyball.
Rand, are you an Outrun fan? Are you an arcade racing fan?
I like Outrun.
Outrun 2, where are you hitting it? Where are you putting that bad boy?
Didn't play Outrun 2.
Oh. I'm going to throw that in A. Outrun 2, classic arcade racing. Oh, no, we're running in a room. Oh, my God. I'm going to start throwing stuff in D just because it won't fit. Outrun 2, A. Next up, we got Panzer Dragoon Orta. You're a big Crimson Skies fan, but did you play the GOAT flying game on the original Xbox?
Indeed, I did, Miles.
Are you a fan? I'm curious to hear your takes on this because I'm conflicted on the Panzer Dragoon series.
I like Panzer Dragoon. I give it an A.
Give it an A. I won't fight you because I know people absolutely love and adore Panzer Dragoon Orta. I have fond memories of playing that on the OG Xbox. I also have fond memories of playing Crimson Dragon, which was the spiritual successor, part of the OG Xbox One launch. Really running out of room here. Panzer Dragoon. Cool game. Cool ass, weird ass game. All right, what do we got next? Oh, now we're moving into the real stuff here, Rand. Now you're talking about your triple S tier, your quadruple S tier, your S plus tier. This would be the first candidate, and that's Phantom Dust. Rand.
So obviously you think this is an S tier, correct?
S beyond S.
S beyond.
Give me S beyond S, Rand Al Thor 19.
Yeah. So, all right, yeah, S tier is good.
Okay, I was waiting for you to fight it. I was waiting to say, oh, it's trash.
No, I mean, I played Phantom Dust.
You did. I want to hear your thoughts.
I played Phantom Dust.
You're going to give me the S.
It's been a long time since I played Phantom Dust.
Did you play Phantom Dust online back when it first came out?
I did play Phantom Dust.
Tell me about that experience, because I have a different path. I actually didn't get to play Phantom Dust online at launch. I didn't play Phantom Dust online until they did the remaster. So my path for my Phantom Dust fandom has been a little different than some of the other diehards out there, because this game did not sell on original. This sold like, I think, less than 50,000 copies, maybe even less.
My brother used to play this all the time online against people, and you know, you could have like music on the hard drive, so like.
Yeah.
He would put System of a Down music in there, so he'd play online against people with System of a Down music blaring from the console.
Yeah,
you know,
dude. Yes.
Just using their spells and stuff. Yeah, but I would probably say it's an A tier personally, but you know, I'm perfectly okay with it being an S tier.
It's one of those games, it did not review well at launch. It didn't sell well at launch, and I think a lot of that is because it was really ahead of its time in a lot of ways. There wasn't anything like it, and it still has a lot of interesting ideas that haven't been replicated. My elevator pitch, if you haven't played Phantom Dust and you're curious to see whether or not you would like it, it's Magic the Gathering's deck building with arena combat that's inspired by Dragon Ball Z. So you have your fancy call-out moves where you do a big animation and throw a big ball of energy, but there's a deck building system that requires energy and resources, and so if you get into the weeds of it and you get into the meat of it, it's this really, really layered, really cool experience that's just unmatched. So when they did the remaster, God, I went hard. I played so much of that, joined some Facebook groups, joined some forums, and found a bunch of other Phantom Dust nerds, and just really spent weeks and months building decks. And Xbox still owes me that. They still owe me the reboot.
Do they?
Brand. I didn't.
Do they still owe you it?
I met Phil at the Game Awards, and I was this close. So I didn't do it, and people are maybe they're gonna call me a coward, but I didn't ask him about Phantom Dust. I feel like that was a missed opportunity, but
you'd have asked him about Phantom Dust, he would have turned around and walked away.
Yeah, just like, oh fuck this
one of
guy.
These dudes. Oh my god.
Oh god, a Phantom Dust guy, get out of here. So I let him enjoy his glass of wine, and just talk to him about anything other than Phantom Dust. But deep down, you know, I have some regrets about not pushing for Phantom Dust. Project Gotham Racing, Rand. How you feel about that?
S tier.
S tier, baby. God, talk about soundtrack.
The like racing game on Xbox. Dude. For like a long time, the PGR series, bro.
Dude, what happened to the PGR series, bro? What happened?
Bizarre. I don't know. Maybe MVG knows what happened. Why they stopped doing PGR? Maybe because they started selling. Because I think PGR 4 launched around the same time as Halo 3. I want to say, right? Or maybe one of them launched around one of the Halo games or something, and didn't sell as well. And then Bizarre went to go do like James Bond game, and then they went to do that Blur game, and I think they were bought by Activision, or were they always owned by Activision, and Activision shut them down? I don't know what happened to PGR and why they stopped it, because it was always the premier racing game on Xbox, I thought, at least for a long time. But Horizon didn't show up until 2012, I want to say. And right, yeah, 2012, right? That was the first Forza Horizon.
Oh yeah, Forza Horizon was much, much later.
Yeah, so I don't think that had anything to do with PGR. It was
And that was more my jam. Like I said, I used to be really into sim racing games, and then kind of fell out. And when Forza Horizon 4 came out, that was the first one I really gave a fair shake. First time I really dove back in and checked it out. And yeah, since then I've been kind of actually amped on that series. So, R.I.P. Rand, do you ever play a little game called Raises Hell?
No, I haven't.
Have you heard of Raises Hell?
No, I have not.
I remember this cover art. I'll throw it up here for everyone. Another Majesco banger. I never played this game, dude. I remember looking at the cover art and going, what is this? It just looks kind of cheap and cheesy. Let me pull it up on the screen here so we can really fairly judge this. Maybe. I got a long play pulled up. 7 hours. There's a 7.5 hour video for Raises Hell. I'm looking at a Bionicle looking guy. Lego Bionicles. Half turtle, half man. Oh, he's rolling around in a ball. I gotta say, this is not what I was expecting based on the cover. It doesn't look good, Rand. I don't know.
Most of these things never look good.
The problem is, yeah, we didn't play them in their prime, but I'm throwing this an F. I'm sorry.
Hey, you know, we're in the R tier. Why did we skip over KOTOR? KOTOR.
S. Star Wars.
Oh, it's in the S. It's an S. It's not under K. Okay.
Yeah, we
Fair
got.
enough. I was just like, bro, like, where's KOTOR? That's like, it's got to be here.
Oh yeah,
I thought you skipped it.
There's a shocking number of Xbox Star Wars exclusives on this
Jesus.
list. There's way more than I remembered. Return to Castle Wolfenstein. Did you play this game?
Return to Castle Wolfenstein. I believe I did.
4-player, had the really cool. You were going back, storming the castle. It was kind of like a horror shooter. Almost. I mean, Wolfenstein's always been in that vein, but much like Doom, it kind of leaned more into the horror elements of it. God, one of my favorite 4-player co-op games.
What would you give it then?
I would give it. I'm torn. I'll give it an A. No. S. S tier. Return to Castle Wolfenstein. How about you?
Fine by me.
Beautiful. All right, Rand.
Return to Castle Wolfenstein.
Oh my god, we're running out of space. Oh my god, I have to shrink some of these. Oh my god. Hold on, sorry. Bear with me here. We gotta do a lot of shrinking. Let me pull up the next one and buy us some time. I need you to do some crowd work, Rand, while I clean this up here.
Crowd work? You want me to talk to the people? What's going on, everybody?
Dude, quick, do some crowd work. Buy me some time, bro.
While Miles is busy shrinking things because he didn't plan this properly.
That's not it.
What do you want to talk about? Hit me up with some questions in the chat, and I'll definitely do my best to answer them. Like, what do you want? What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about why I haven't played most of these games? Am I Rand al Fraud now?
Oh yeah, let's hear that. Let's hear your Xbox origin story, since it's.
I mean, my Xbox origin story is simple.
You hate Xbox.
I got an OG Xbox literally like right before Halo 2 came out, right? Because I fell for the hype. I was like, damn, it looks really good. So I went and got the system. I got what did I buy with it? I bought KOTOR, I bought Halo 1. And I started playing Halo because I was like, gotta play the original before Halo 2, right? And I didn't really like Halo CE. I was just like, what is this? Everybody says it's so amazing, but I'm not experiencing this magic. And then I played KOTOR.
Okay.
And then I played KOTOR, and I'm like, now this is special, right?
That's the one that got you, huh?
And then Halo 2 had come out, so I went to GameStop, and I'm like, all right, let me buy Halo 2. And I remember legit, like, all right, I want to buy Halo 2, and the guy behind the counter is like, can I interest you in selling you the game guide or whatever, right? And I'm like, no, I'm good. He's like, come on, man, you're gonna need this because at some point during the game you play as the Arbiter. And I'm just like, did you just spoil me? He literally told me you play somebody else in the game. I was just like, what are you, what?
Bro.
Yeah, so I was spoiled.
Spoiled one of the big moments of Halo 2. That's a party foul, Rand, I gotta say.
It is a party foul. Special Nick says, boo Rand, get off the stage. You're just jealous it's my time, Nick. You're just jealous that Miles, when he wanted someone to talk to about Xbox, he thought of Rand al Thor 19 and not Special Nick.
The man with the millie.
Yeah. You know, Miles' first two guests, Cold Eastwood, Rand al Thor 19, says all you need to know. Right?
Oh, people were mad at Colt on my predictions episode because he.
Yeah, I hear people were like, I think Xbox should show, Banjo at the Game Awards or any of this other stuff. That it's not going to happen, right? And people were just upset. Glitch Doctor says Randall Bohr. Hey man, I'm trying my best. This isn't my show. I'm not prepared. I'm not ready for this.
You gotta up your crowd work. You gotta be able to go on the fly, bro. Get the crowd amped. That's your job here.
Ashton Summerlin says, hey, Rand, what's your favorite game bar none? That's tough. Favorite game bar none is always a tough thing to do. It's because each generation always presents its like favorites, right? But if you're talking about, I mean, Halo 2 is always a game I put up there as one of my favorites ever, considering how much I played it in the multiplayer. Final Fantasy 7 is also a game that is like literally at the top. I don't know how many times I played through Final Fantasy 7, probably 5 or 6 times.
How do you feel about Final Fantasy 8? And do you love it?
I love 8 too. There are sometimes I think 8's better than 7, depending on how I woke up that day. I'm just like, you know what?
I know that's not the theme of this show,
might be better than 7, right?
I will say it for posterity. Final Fantasy 8 is a better Final Fantasy than Final Fantasy 7, all right? And I'm glad you're here to back me up as I make those outrageous claims. I agree. I loved 7. Don't get me wrong. But Squall's gunblade just hit different, all right?
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I love both of them. I love 7, 8, and 9. Even 9 is like chef's kiss. Chef's kiss.
Okay. I'm back in action. All right.
You're back now.
Crowd work over. Sega GT 2002. I'm going to assume you haven't played it.
I haven't played it.
It's fine. It's a racing game that's not as good as Forza, and it's not as good as Outrun, and it's not as good as Project Gotham Racing. So I'm gonna give. Actually, it's gonna be a C. Actually, this is gonna be a solid C. It's good, not great. Sega GT, solid C. Thank you for buying me some time, Rand. Appreciate you. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of games here, but I didn't think it was gonna fill up that fast. I didn't think we'd be throwing around so many S's and A's. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Shenmue 2, the creator of the QuickTime event in many ways. Did you play this?
I've never played a Shenmue game. I'm sorry.
I played Shenmue 2 because of the hype. I remember there was a lot of marketing dollars thrown around to amp up Shenmue. And Shenmue, you could argue, was the first filmic video game. Because there are sequences like in Heavy Rain where you're running down an alley and then, oops, somebody pushes a bike over and then you have to push a button to dodge the bike. And then, oh, shoot, there's a puddle. I don't want to step in the puddle and get my shoes wet, so I got to hit a button to not step in the puddle. And at the time, people thought that was really cool. I didn't. I rented this game and played it for 2 hours and said, I'm good. I don't want to watch a movie in video game form. So I know we've gotten a lot of games that have done it a lot better since Shenmue 2 came out, but props to Shenmue 2 for pioneering it, but also, I don't think Shenmue's very great. So, C? People might be mad, but I'm throwing it in C. Shenmue 2, C.
Sounds good.
We're in the S's, Rand. Woo, baby, we going! And get ready for a lot of Star Wars. I know you were talking about some Star Wars, but we have a lot of Star Wars to get into. But before we talk about Star Wars, we got to talk about another licensed game on the original Xbox, and that's Shrek. It's a little known fact that original Xbox, maybe coincide with the fact that the console was green, had Shrek as an exclusive game. It was made by TDK, which at the time I was familiar with them because they made tapes that you could burn, or not burn. You could. This was back when you could copy tapes onto things. Just to date myself a little bit here. Shrek. Rand, did you play Shrek on original Xbox?
Shrek. I'm sorry. No.
Shrek.
This has to be an S tier though, right?
Shrek legitimately is a good game. Shrek on original Xbox is a legitimately good platformer. I would say it's better than Conquer. Confidently better than Conquer.
Probably better than Mario Odyssey, Super Mario Odyssey, right?
No.
Probably better than a lot of the Mario games.
Super Mario Odyssey is the greatest 3D platformer that's ever been made.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Period. We'll not hear otherwise. Shrek, I'm gonna give you a B. Shrek, you getting a B, boy. You good. Shrek, you good. If you haven't checked it out, actually go watch some gameplay. It still holds up pretty well. It's a solid ass 3D platformer. Rand, did you ever play Sid Meier's Pirates?
Have not. Nope.
Sid Meier's Pirates. It is a map-based, sim-based pirate game. Not my speed. Not. I played it. It was fine. People love it. So B. Sid Meier's Pirates. B. It's a game people can play on Xbox. I know it's one of those games that I bought because I had so many people tell me, "Oh, dude, you haven't played it? You need to play it." And I did. And it was okay. No Sea of Thieves, let me tell you that. Rand, this next one, not only is it an OG Xbox exclusive, it's a Toys R Us exclusive. Did you ever play Sneakers? This is a Microsoft Game Studios project. Sneakers. I'm gonna pull up gameplay just because I know people have not even heard of this. Sneakers, Xbox.
Yeah, I've never heard of it, so I have no idea. What does this box art look like? Let me see. Let me see some gameplay.
Sneakers. This is a game.
Is this a mouse?
It's a game. It's like a mouse squad based platformer where you have to coordinate with other mice to like get inside places and lift things up and traverse the stages. I remember buying this. I remember seeing it at Toys R Us, and it was like super discounted. I think it was $5 or something. So my mom was like, "Sure, you can get Sneakers," and so took it home and played it. Bad game.
That. Sneakers with the cheese, 3D platformer.
So I'm fine giving this an F unless you want to fight me about.
I mean, I'm not. The F is fine. Like, look at that walking animation.
It's wild when you look at some of the stuff that Microsoft's put out recently and what they're working on, and then you go back not that long ago and you see that Microsoft Game Studios made Sneakers, and look how far the game.
Look how far we've come. Yeah.
Okay, what is next over here? We got Soldier of Fortune 2. You ever play this one?
I don't think so.
It was an Activision game. When did the first Call of Duty come out on console? Was this
Call of Duty 2 in 2005?
Okay, so then this was like pre-Call of Duty. This was like pre-Call of Duty Activision, but this was Call of Duty. This was the first attempt at basically Activision doing Call of Duty on console. I don't care about it. I'm gonna give it a C. It's not bad. It was a decent enough first-person shooter, but
I played one of these on PC.
Soldier of Fortune.
It was a lot gory, right? Like
exactly.
Maybe I'm thinking of someone else.
Soldier of Fortune was very gory.
Yeah, I think I played the first one on PC.
Another hyper deep cut for you here, Rand, because like I said, this list it's got some deep cuts. Stake, Fortune Fighters.
I never heard of this game.
Let me pull up some gameplay for that because I've also never bought it, or I've never played it. The reason that I found it, or I've ever heard of it, was because I saw it at a used game store for like $2, and this was like 2 years ago. This was very, very recently. And so on a whim, I bought Stake Fortune Fighters because I was morbidly curious. I saw the only on Xbox logo, and I was like, what is this? And
I like how there's a game called Steak and a game called Carve. They're both exclusives.
Steak and carb. So this looks like a 4-player arena, like loons fight for fame, but Chinese or Japanese themed. Okay. I don't know.
Ugh.
I don't know
This looks,
how do you
this
feel
looks
about
bad too. I mean, the video looks bad as well,
that? Yeah,
right?
yeah. All right, steak.
F tier. Boom.
God, we're being vicious. All right, steak. You're going F. Steak, Fortune Fighters. Straight F, right next to sneakers. Oof.
I mean, nobody's ever heard of it, so it can't have been good, right?
What a place to be. What a place to be. All right, Star Wars. First up, we have Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. Have you ever played this?
Yes, I have actually.
I'm gonna let you take the lead on most of these.
I'm gonna, the Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi games are really good. Jedi Academy, I'd give an A.
Jedi Academy. No arguments for me. A, because I've never played it. Jedi Academy.
I played the original so much. I didn't play Jedi Academy nearly as much as the original Jedi Knight game.
All right, Rand. This next one's for you. This is a game you've publicly spoken about multiple times about how special it is, and that's Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
I mean, that's S tier.
S tier.
It's one of the best RPGs ever made. It's one of BioWare's best games. You know, if you haven't played it, I mean, maybe you should wait for the remake, but
yeah, it does not hold up well.
This game, yeah, like Nick says in chat, God tier. If there was a tier that, like God tier, this would be in that tier.
Nice.
Sure.
I will give it to you. Like I said,
You've
I like
never played Knights of the Old Republic.
I have played it. I've never beaten it.
You never beaten? Do you know the twist?
I mean, you can spoil it for me because I'm not.
Wait, you don't even know the twist?
No, I haven't. I played it for about 10 hours and then I've.
Wow. Really?
For real. I'm not a big Star Wars guy, so I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like it all that much. I thought it was fun. I thought the lightsabers were cool.
Of course you did.
But it was no Jade Empire, dog, let me tell you.
I mean, Jade Empire is an S tier as well. But I'm not sure if it's God tier like KOTOR is.
What about KOTOR 2 from Obsidian Entertainment?
I'd say that's an A tier.
A tier?
Yeah.
I know people generally, universally don't
I didn't like it as much as, I didn't like it as much as KOTOR 1.
Still revered, still well respected, but not on the same level as Knights of the Republic 1. Some more Star Wars. Lots of Star Wars to talk about here. We got Star Wars Obi-Wan.
I haven't played that one.
Either have I. I'm gonna pull up the cover here so people can see. Awful cover art. This is one of the worst covers for a video game I've ever seen. You have black on green with a little bit of white accent, and that's it. It's got God, what's the actor's name? Why am I blanking on it? Oh no.
Ewan McGregor?
Yes. He's just blurry. Like they took a really blurry photo of him as Obi-Wan and slapped it on it and said, boom, done.
The fate of a Jedi. The destiny of a galaxy.
Star Wars. I've never played it either.
You know, everybody now is like, Xbox needs to get a Star Wars exclusive. They were doing Star Wars exclusives back in the day.
Look at this.
They were doing it.
They were doing it, all right? Your generation has come and gone. Because you're never going to top Star Wars Jedi Obi-Wan.
I have a feeling if we probably watch the gameplay of this, we're probably going to say it's like a D or F tier or something.
I don't know. It looks... I don't know
if
a lot of these use the same engines, but it's a third-person action adventure Star Wars game. Got some cool environments here. You got some platforming, Jedi platforming.
Always the best. Maybe it's a C tier type of game. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm comfortable giving that a nice C. Doesn't look bad.
Robots.
Yeah, it looks fun.
I don't know. Maybe it's a D tier. I don't know.
I'm gonna give it a C. I'm gonna give it a C. Just for our boy Ewan. Just to show him a little respect. If it was based on the cover art, F. Worst cover we've seen so far. And we saw Furious Karting. So we've seen some covers today.
An Outlaw Volleyball.
What about Star Wars Republic Commando, baby?
Oh, Republic Commando? S tier BB.
Yeah, this is one I can get behind, son. Republic Commando, S tier all the way.
S tier all day.
Damn, that game.
As good as Ghost KOTOR, but like still amazing in its own right.
Exactly.
I've always wanted a sequel. I've always like, oh man, imagine if you did Republic Commando 2, current gen. Oh, man, the missed opportunities. What's going on? I think they remastered this for the PlayStation and Switch and said, nah, Xbox, sorry, lol.
I think you're 100% right, which is so funny that this Xbox exclusive, we're doing a show dedicated to Xbox exclusives, got remastered for everything but Xbox.
No, is Republic Commando on Back and Pat? Or
it might be. It might actually be. So you might be able to play it. Steel Battalion. Rand, did you ever shell out the $500 to play this?
I did not. We have a complaint in chat from Infinite Umber. What's going on, buddy? He says, wait a damn minute. You have Buffy and Shenmue 2 in C tier?
Hell no.
Hey,
Hell.
Look, neither of us played Buffy, so we just judged it off of the footage, 10 seconds of footage.
It looks fine.
And I didn't play Shenmue 2, so that's all Miles.
And Shenmue, like I said, it pioneered the filmic genre, which big ups on it. That does not make it a fun game. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
My cat's slamming on my door. Apologies if you can hear that. Steel Battalion. This was a game where you had to buy a mech console. So it was original Xbox exclusive. You had the entire console, so the barrier to entry was incredibly expensive. I didn't play this. Most people we know didn't play it. They didn't sell a lot of them. And so for those reasons, this is going D.
Whoa, all the way down to D. Okay.
I'm sorry, but if it's going to cost $500 to play your game, then
I mean, does that mean all VR games are D tier because they cost $500 to play them?
Yep.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, Rand, next up, we're going to make some Stubbs the Zombie. Please tell me you've played Stubbs the Zombie.
I have not, Miles. I'm sorry.
My God. So Stubbs the Zombie was a game that uses the Halo's engine. So they allowed the team to use the Halo engine. And it's a zombie game set in the 1950s. Killer soundtrack. A bunch of punk bands did renditions of 1950s classic songs. The open-ish, not really open world, but kind of sort of open flow of Halo, but set in 1950s. A. Confident A. Stubbs the Zombie. Incredible. Still holds up. They re-released the remastered version recently, and I replayed it, bought it on Xbox and replayed it there. Missed opportunity, though, because there's no online multiplayer. So it's another co-op.
I love how on the box art top left, it says, built with the Halo engine.
Because it feels like Halo. It's a zombie game that feels like Halo, and that's all you need, baby. That's all you need.
Stubbs the Zombie, rebel without a pulse.
Rand, did you ever play Sudeki?
No.
Sudeki. Let me show you this tantalizing cover art, though, because I've also never played Sudeki, so I'm going to pull that up. Sudeki, Microsoft Game Studios, sexy warrior woman. That's all I know. I've seen this cover art, and again, it's very much of that era of sexy stuff. I'm pulling up gameplay, and it's a first-person shooter. What am I looking at? Okay, this isn't sexy. We got a mad scientist summoning a... I'm confused. Let me jump around here. Now it's third person. You can change between third and first person based on who you are? Oh my God, this is jarring.
Interesting.
Looks interesting. I don't know. Do you feel any... I don't know how to feel about that. Looks fine.
It looks okay, I guess. C tier, maybe?
Sudeki getting a C tier. Okay.
Yeah, going from third person to first person looks weird in this game.
Yeah. Okay, next up we have Tao Fang, Fist of the Lotus. Another 3D fighting game on the original Xbox.
Another game Rand has not played.
Sorry, this cover is just making me laugh. This is so much man energy, dude. This is so much from the co-creator of Mortal Kombat. This game had a lot of hype and marketing buzz because there was like realistic bruising, and you can get bloody and you can get bruised based on where you were hit, and that was like the main selling point. It was like supposed to be like a realistic, brutal fighting game that wasn't as dramatic as Mortal Kombat. You weren't cutting heads off, but you would have like black eyes and you would have bloody, bruised bodies at the end of fights. Excuse me. I played it. Hao Fang, Fist of the Lotus, D. Hao Fang, Fist of the Lotus, getting a D. Moving right along here, we got Tenchu, Return from Darkness. Now, Rand, are you a Tenchu guy? You're a PlayStation guy.
I do like Tenchu, but I don't think I played this one.
Did you play Tenchu 2 on PS1?
I think I played Tenchu Z. Which one's Tenchu Z?
That was 360. That was another Xbox exclusive, baby.
Yeah, I don't think I played this Tenchu, but I have played Tenchu.
Tenchu, Return from Darkness. A. Confident A. That game rips. Rips cheeks. Running out of space again.
Oh, we're almost done with...
Woo!
You know.
Like I said, this is a lot. There's a lot of games. There's a lot of Xbox exclusives. We're getting down to... We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games left, y'all. 7 games left, coming towards the end. Appreciate you hanging out. Appreciate you tuning in. Next up, we got Toe Jam and Earl 3. Brand, did you play this one?
Played Toe Jam and Earl, but I have not played Toe Jam and Earl 3.
Me either. Toe Jam and Earl 3, Mission to Earth. So you know the rules. Toe Jam and Earl 3. Toe Jam and Earl 3, Xbox. Mission to Earth. How's this game looking? Wait, how we feeling about that? Let's take a little peek at this here.
All right.
Okay.
Have they made another Toe Jam and Earl game since then? Since 3?
I think they did. Return to Funkatron, Return to Cyberfunk. I'm not a big Toe Jam and Earl fan, but I think there has been one since this. I don't know if they're playing this on PC or if it was running on Xbox 360, but this is 60 FPS, baby.
Ooh.
This is a rare 60 FPS Xbox game, dude. Again, don't know if this is on No, this is Xbox gameplay.
Wow.
60 FPS? S
Maybe
tier,
it's
dude.
emulator?
Could be an emulator. Well, actually, emulation on original Xbox isn't impossible, but it's tough. That looks fine. C. Toe Jam and Earl 3. C. Oh. Next up, we got Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Island Thunder. Are you a Ghost Recon guy?
I like Ghost Recon, but I didn't play Island Thunder.
Neither did I. Ghost Recon.
That was an exclusive? They had an exclusive from Ghost Recon? Oh my lord.
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Island Thunder, a new campaign for Ghost Recon, the #1 Xbox Online enabled game. That is...
You know, when you look at all these exclusives, it'll probably take Microsoft another 3 gens to have as many games exclusives as all this.
Dude, the original Xbox had some exclusives. Microsoft threw some money around to lock down some exclusive games. And as we're looking at this list, this spread, there's a lot of S and a lot of A in there. All right, there's a lot of S and A. Ghost Recon Island Thunder. Oh God, let me pull that up. Ghost Recon Island Thunder. Ghost Recon Island Thunder. Sorry, I'm looking at it, but it's not on the screen yet.
I don't think I played the Ghost Recon games till Red Storm, I think, was it? It come out?
I played the first Ghost Recon. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon that was the first Tom Clancy game I had played, and I played that
if we
on
had just
original
done
Xbox.
like 360 exclusives, we'd been done like so long ago.
Dude, that list is way shorter. I'm looking forward to that. This
And
one
then
was
the Xbox One list is way shorter.
yeah. We're gonna have nice 20-minute episodes next time we do this because this one's a gauntlet. My God! All right, Island Thunder.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about this. I mean, but then again,
people love. I mean, it's Ghost Recon, so B. Island Thunder,
Sure.
B. Unless
sure.
it's notably worse than the original Ghost Recon, which maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe that's why it's an exclusive. I don't know. This one, Rand, I had never heard of, and it's called Torque. Torque Prehistoric Punk. Have you played
Okay,
Torque?
no, I've never heard of it.
Prehistoric Punk. Let me pull
So
up
we
some
got a
gameplay.
game. So we got games called Torque, Carve,
Torque,
and what was the other one?
Carve, and Steak.
And Steak.
Torque, Carve, the holy trinity of original Xbox games, dude. Okay, so 3D.
Sean Kramer says KOTOR 2 is an S, bruh. No, it's not because it's nowhere near as good as KOTOR
Whoa.
1.
It's Obsidian though. Shout out. I mean, they got an A.
Yeah, Obsidian.
A is respectable. Torque.
Yeah, very respectable.
Prehistoric Punk.
Maybe if they were actually given enough money to finish, the game, it would have been an S tier. Torque. I mean, this doesn't look.
It looks
awful.
honestly, yeah, it doesn't look bad. So, B. It's a B. You know what, Torque? You impressed me.
Fun speculation says this was pre-achievements era, so Rand was just a sports game player back then. No, I was never really a sports game player. I was a PlayStation gamer back then. So a lot of the games on Xbox I didn't really play.
Rand, next up we have Toxic Grind, dude.
Where do you find these games, bro? Seriously.
Like I said, it was a lot of work to go and find all of these weird, obscure games. Toxic Grind. I read the description because I had never heard of it. This is a BMX game where in a dystopian future, BMX has been outlawed. So it's illegal to ride a bicycle in the future. And so these punks are going against the system. They're going against the man.
Toxic Grind. That's, I mean...
Cover art's 10 out of 10. That's a banger,
look at
dude.
that. You got the evil guy looking on.
Let's pull up a little
see what the
gameplay.
gameplay is. Let's see what the
Oh,
gameplay is.
Oh my God, this title screen. Oh my God, steel, blood, skulls, and
so it's
electricity.
Extreme, you know it.
This is edgy, like you wouldn't believe, dude. I'm sorry. Okay, so the dude's doing some bike tricks. He's doing some manuals, and he's covered in electricity. What is going on?
Covered in electricity.
There's just electricity coursing through this BMX guy's body.
Grind.
Maybe that's your bonus. Oh my God, there's a cutscene where a man's just being sawed to death. This is getting added to the list of games I need to go check out. Toxic Grind.
What is this? Is this basically like Tony Hawk game essentially?
This is Tony Hawk for adults, dude.
Tony Hawk's, but for more extreme kids.
I'm putting this...
you want to be covered in electricity while you ride around on your bike?
I'm putting this in D. It looks terrible, but I'm gonna play it. I need to play it now. Toxic Grind, solid D.
Xbox exclusive.
Hey. Unreal Championship, Rand. Did you play that? Are you a big arena shooter guy?
I'm not an arena shooter guy, and I did not play Unreal Championship.
I did. I'm not a big arena shooter guy either. So, it was good. I'll put it in B. I'll put Unreal Championship in B because it's good. It's just not my cup of tea. Not my vibe, if you will. Rand, we got Voodoo Vince, baby. Tell me you've played Voodoo Vince. You can play
Indeed,
it.
I have played Voodoo Vince. I give Voodoo Vince I think I'd give it a solid B. Solid B.
Do you think Voodoo Vince has any chance of coming back? Do you think he can be the mascot that Xbox needs?
No. I think we're way past that era.
I agree. I'm with you though. Voodoo Vince, I think, is a B. I think it's a solid platformer. I enjoyed it quite a bit when it came out. I went back and bought the remastered version and didn't like it as much as I remembered, but it still held up well enough to be playable. So B.
Umbra is still seething in chat over the ratings for Buffy and Shenmue 2.
See, Buffy was one that I had heard people loved, but I had never played it. So I'm sorry. I apologize. I'll add it to the list. I'll go back and play it, and we'll see if it can be redeemed. But even though we've had some great tie-ins, it was a tie-in based on a TV show from the early 2000s. Whacked. Did you ever play this game, Rand? It's a Microsoft Game Studios game show game. I'm going to pull up some gameplay.
I never played Whack or Carve or
we got Whack, Stake, Carve. This game, also edgy. My God, this was the era of just edgy.
Era of just edge, bro.
Oh, like the first gameplay pull-up is a naked woman running around, and she's got
S tier
blue bars on her butt cheek or butt hole. Let's be real, that's what they're covering. Butthole and nipples. And that's
This is a Microsoft game?
This is a Microsoft Game Studios game. Whacked.
Damn. Microsoft wouldn't do that nowadays. Nobody would.
This isn't very family friendly, Microsoft. What is This looks awful. This looks absolutely terrible. I'm sorry. I know it has the sex appeal, and that's important.
Yeah,
but
you got the chick blurred out, you know.
I'm sorry. Whacked. F. Whacked. F. Goodbye. Whacked is a solid F.
I'd like to be in those beings. So our game's going to be about this girl that's blue with blue hair and blue stockings, but she's naked, and we're going to have blue bars covering her tits and her ass. Yeah, that sounds great, man. Let's make it.
And then imagine the boardroom meeting where Microsoft is sitting down and saying, "Yeah, we'll fund this."
Bill Gates is like, "Yeah, give me whacked."
Microsoft's like, "Yo, dog, how do we compete in the gaming industry? How do we come out of the gate strong, convince people that we're here for the long term? We're here to stay." Fun
speculation. Mav says with the Game Shark, you could remove the blue bars.
Ooh, okay. Fun speculation. Dropping those pervy little cheats. I remember. Did you ever play?
Is that something you want to admit you knew, Mav? Is that something you want to admit you knew?
Did you ever play BMX XXX, Rand?
No, but I have heard about BMX XXX.
Terrible game. Edgy, just gross, edgy humor. But I remember the password Champagne Room, because there were these like stripper videos that you would unlock. Like that was the reward for completing stages, were like literal videos of strippers stripping, but they were all, edited so you couldn't see anything. But if you typed in Champagne Room, and this code was an Xbox exclusive, mind you, so it fits into this whole thing. So on the Xbox version only, you could type in Champagne Room, and you would get the unedited videos of the strippers.
And gaming was so much better back in the day.
Ooh, edgy. Ooh la la. Sexy ladies. Rand, I appreciate you joining me. This was kind of a gauntlet.
Is that all 100 of them?
That's the list.
That's the list.
That's a lot of Xbox exclusives. And
I think we're right. I think the tiers are right. Buffy's where it should be in the C.
Yeah.
Shenmue 2 definitely in the C. Probably should be in the D's.
And like I said, the point of this is to come up with the definitive tier. So this is it. This is the definitive list of Xbox exclusives, how they stand. Buffy, Buffy and Azaric. Ooh, if you're a Buffy fan, that's gotta hurt to see Azaric next to Buffy and Advent Rising.
How about this before we go? We take the S tier and we move the game that is the S tier of all the S tier games and move it in front.
Okay,
so out of all the S tier games, which one of those games is the best of the S tiers?
Okay, so that's it. All right, we'll do that.
Yeah.
So this is where it gets real, y'all. So this is the culmination. Real. So this is the game we are calling the Xbox exclusive. This is going to be the Xbox exclusive. Rand, hit me with your pick. If you're picking one game that represents
Xbox,
best Xbox, original Xbox exclusive.
Tough. You have some bangers on there, bro.
You got some real.
Right? You got Morrowind, you got Fable, you got Halo 2, you got KOTOR, you got
man.
To me it's just got to be Halo 2, bro. Halo 2's got to be at the front of the list. It's the leader.
No.
It is the S tier of all S tier games.
I'll give you Halo Combat Evolved.
No. We are not compromised. No.
Like I said, I'm not compromising to have Halo 2 at the list above the original Halo. So I'm not. If Halo's going to be the pick, which Halo Combat Evolved, that would be my pick. If we're going for
Halo Combat Evolved, no. It'd be Halo 2 if anything. All right, so if we compromise and say it can't be either Halo game, then it's got to be something else.
We're not going to be able to We're not going to be able to overcome that.
It's got to be something else. It's got to be KOTOR. It's got to be KOTOR. It has to be.
I'd say Fable. I'd put Fable above KOTOR.
Well, no, Fable can't be the S tier of S tier games. I mean, it's a great game, but it's not S tier. And if we can't have either Halo game, then it's got to be Knights of the Old Republic.
See, this is hard. This is hard because we are at this critical impasse between the two Halos. It should be one of the Halos.
We can't agree.
I'm willing to put Halo 1 and 2 together at the front.
No, there can't be co-champions. It's got to just be one.
All right, you know what? Hold on. We're going to turn it over to the chat then, Rand. We're going to settle this once and for all. For the people joining us live, they are going to decide the fate here, all right? Halo Combat Evolved versus Halo 2. And whatever it is, we just have to accept it.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm sorry. That's the only way. We cannot overcome our differences between Halo Combat Evolved and Halo 2. So it's in the chat. If you're watching live, make sure to vote. We'll hang out for a few minutes here, BS a little bit while that's going through. But man, yeah, that's tough.
You know, I just gotta say, if you like Rand al Thor 19, if you like me, you will vote Halo 2, right?
I mean, I'm sorry, but Combat Evolved is so essential for Xbox.
And I mean, look at the votes. We got 15 already, Miles. It's 75% for Halo 2, 25% for Halo Combat Evolved. The people are speaking, and they're saying Halo 2 is significantly better.
Hold on. Let the votes come in.
No,
let democracy do its thing.
Oh, no. What do you mean?
I'm sorry. You can't. It's so hard. It's so
going
hard.
Down 65-35. This can't be.
It's tough. It's really tough. Like I said, I don't have many big complaints about Halo 2. I like Halo 2 quite a bit, quite a lot. But man, for the S, like this represents Xbox. This pick that we are making here together, that you were saying this is the exclusive. This is the S God tier of all exclusives.
Mm-hmm. And you know deep down it's Halo 2, Miles. You know what deep down it is.
I mean, if you played Xbox Live, I could see it. But for the cultural impact and for the health of the platform and the notoriety of the platform, you can't beat Combat Evolved. I'm sorry. You just can't. It was just a juggernaut of a game. Why do you think there was so much hype for Halo 2? Why do you think there was so much marketing money behind Halo 2? It's because Halo Combat Evolved was a certified banger. But
I mean, I feel pretty good right now. We got 22 votes. It's 59-41.
Yeah.
I feel like Halo 2's got this oh no, it's down to 57-43. Why is everybody
we have a lot of people watching live who have not voted. So I'm going to give this
people left and 23 votes.
I'm going to give this
show everybody make sure you smash it for Halo 2.
Smash it for Halo Combat Evolved. We're going to give it another 60 seconds regardless.
What would be the S tier for 360? If we were doing it,
we're gonna save that for another episode.
Another Tier Throwdown later on.
Yeah, that's gonna be another significantly shorter one. Thankfully,
significantly shorter by a lot.
Yes, look, going through, I was prepping 360, I was prepping Xbox One, and then Series X and S, and those ones will be markedly shorter. I'm gonna wait probably a little while to do Series X and S because, as you know, as if you've been on Twitter, Xbox has no games, so we're gonna wait. All right, Rand.
56-44, Miles, with 25 votes.
I'm going to call it in 3, 2, 1.
28 votes, 54-46.
Halo 2,
Halo 2,
53% to
Victor.
46%. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Halo 2, you know what? Fine.
No, Umbra, Halo CE does not deserve more love. It got enough love. It's all about Halo 2, bro.
Halo CE does deserve more
And
love.
I was
but
fine with saying it was KOTOR, but Miles didn't want to compromise though. So
you, hey, I compromised. Look, Halo 2 at the front of the S tier list. If that's not a compromise, I don't know what the hell is. All right. All right, Rand. And everyone hanging out. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate you showing up for Tier Throwdown. If you're watching after the fact, I appreciate you running through this gauntlet with us because, as we've both learned and as we've all learned together, Xbox had a lot of original Xbox had a lot of exclusives, more than I anticipated, and it was quite the gauntlet to go through. So, Rand, thank you for being a good sport. We're going to do future episodes of this. We're going to do 360. We're going to do Xbox One. We're going to do other forms of entertainment as well, which should all be shorter. My God, I don't think I'm ever going to allow one that's almost 100 picks ever again. I think that was too much.
That was a little bit too much, and you know, it was a lot of fun being on here. Chat was great. Thank you guys for showing up, supporting Miles. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to his channel so we can get him to 1,000 subscribers.
Woo! Yeah, we're almost there. Yeah. Huge shout out to everyone tuning in, supporting the shows. Channel's been going for about a month now, and it's been cool to kind of start doing my own thing, which has been nice. Something I've debated for a while, so got that going. Rand, appreciate you, man. Always love chatting with you. Always love hanging with you, even if you're trying to put Halo Combat Evolved in the B tier,
where it deserves to be.
But yeah, 360. That's an episode I'm very excited about because 360, man, that was arguably for some people the peak of Xbox. So
yeah, you can make that argument, and it'd be a very good one.
It's hard to beat. Hard to beat. But with that being said, we're gonna wrap this up. Rand, for the people, tuning in, where can they get a hold of you? Where can they find you?
I mean, they can get a hold of me at youtube.com/Rand al Thor 19 or Twitter, the good old twitter.com/Rand_AL_Thor_19. And yeah, you can hit me up there. Watch some videos on the channel. We got Xbox 2 with Jez Corden every weekend, Friday, most of the time. So yeah, appreciate everyone being here. And Halo CE is B tier. Just let that sink in.
All right, I'm going to shut this down before I scream. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Catch you next time.